is thrown for the end zone. Touchdown, Parker. Pick off by Xavier Howard. Waddle trying to make up for it. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown! That's hard work.
What is good, Fin Nation? What is good? It's your boy Reason, and we are back here for another one. And all I have to say is I told each and every one of you so. All right? We're going to hop into it today, but your boy all of a sudden became the Nostradamus of the offensive line. And I love it, baby. I absolutely love it. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go over a few of the news topics. Then I'll get into my big board, and then I'm going to do something I usually don't do for these shows. I'm going to open it up for about an hour or so and let everyone come out and give your feelings. You're damn right I'm feeling myself right now, Sorty. You best believe I'm feeling myself. Like a boy who just discovered puberty, I'm feeling myself right now, okay? So, guys, I mean, what do we sit here and say? Ereck Flowers, the bus ticket's been printed. I've called you an Uber in case you want to miss that bus. I've got someone in your house right now packing your bags to make sure you're out of town. And Robert Hunt, I told you so. All right? Don't be surprised, Robert. I told you so. All right, so let's hop right into it because, man, the old Barry Horowitz pat on the back, baby. Boop, 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 boop. And, guys, the Sewell at 6 and the Jenkins at 18, if we don't take him at 6 train, all aboard choo-choo, baby. All right? That's all I got to say there. Florida-born, Kentucky-grown says $2. He says, give yourself the old Barry Horowitz. You're damn right. Right there, baby. All right? I feel like, I brought up Penei Sewell on TD Finns Talk over a year ago. I put him into people's minds. I've been leading that for so long now. And over the last couple months, I've been leading that whole Tevin Jenkins. I even put him in my first mock at 18. So I've covered my basis. Y'all already know what time it is, baby. Let's take that tackle and let's finish this offensive line because we will absolutely kill teams in the trenches. And that's what I'm here for, baby. I want to see us win games in the trenches. We haven't done that since Jay Ajayi's magical season, and it's time to get back to that. All right, Fluker, glad you're in Miami, but guess what? You're backup, brother. Let's all be honest with ourselves. If we start Robert Hunt at guard and Fluker's the right tackle, I am not going to be a happy camper. So let's get it rolling, baby. All right, so let's start it off. Let's start, obviously, about the big news that went down today, and that's clearly the whole Ereck Flowers shebang. As Ereck Flowers, thank Christ and everything mighty, whatever deity you pray to, thank you. All right? He has been traded to Washington and Miami. They swapped 7th. Miami got the 7th round pick at 244. Washington gets Miami's 7th round pick at 258 plus Flowers. It's not a post June 1st designation. So that means the Miami Dolphins will take on $8 million of dead money and save just $2 million in cap space. So the Dolphins just paid $6 million for Flowers to leave and save $2 million. And what's crazy is if you go look in the numbers further, Washington's paying him, picking up another $3 million, guaranteeing him. So Flowers is actually going to make $9 million this year. Good luck. Enjoy him, Washington. Go have fun. Go knock yourself out. Get him out of our city right now, like as quickly as possible. All right? He needs to go. He needs to be gone. Get his ass out of town. What you saw today, my friends, Chris Greer walked through the Miami Gardens and plucked the flowers and sent him away to Washington. And I absolutely love it. Goodbye, good riddance, and good night. All right? Get out of here, Ereck. Me and Ballgame have been banging the table for about 4 months now that this guy needs to go. He was terrible. He gave me nothing worth continuous investment. He was so bad that they took they took 4 times the hit in dead money as they did in cap saving. And I'm telling y'all right now, I told Ian this earlier today when this all went down. The writing was on the wall for Ereck Flowers when Kinley kicked over to left guard and they saw the improvement in Austin Jackson's play. That was when the writing was on the wall for Ereck Flowers, in my opinion. Done. Goodbye. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. You ain't coming back. All right? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you later. I would say it was nice to know you, but it really wasn't. You were a waste of money and a waste of space. Goodbye, Ereck. All right? You can't even spell your first name properly, all right? Guy out here trying to think he's unique, spelling it Ereck. Get out of here, bro. Good night to you, all right? Now, Albert Breer then decided to tweet out this little tidbit, and he said 2 things on the Miami Dolphins-Washington football trade. The Dolphins have been shopping Ereck Flowers for a couple of months, so I wouldn't necessarily tie the trade to their plans at 6. Washington sees Flowers as a guard, so the tackle needs still there going into Thursday for Washington. Hey, that's their problem now, not ours, last I checked, right? But the fallout continued after that transpired. And basically, the news came out about Robert Hunt. Now, I've been telling y'all, I've been arguing with some people who think they know how to evaluate, whether on Twitter, on YouTube, wherever. I've been telling y'all, you go back to TD Fins Talk night 2 when your boy was on it in the draft, 368 days ago, 367 days ago, when we drafted him, TD asked me for my evaluation, and I said I evaluated him as a guard, okay? And I gave my little evaluation. So I've been saying this for time, all right? This isn't something I've just been saying the last couple months. I've been saying this since he even stepped on the field, all right, at training camp. So it started off with Jeremy Fowler coming out and saying that the Dolphins are entertaining moving Robert Hunt to guard full-time and filling right tackle with a free agent per sources. So this move speaks to that. I mean, could they be looking at a Mitchell Schwartz? Maybe. That's a free agent that makes a lot of sense. You know, only 2 years ago, before the injuries started to pile up, before they drafted Lucas Niang, Mitchell Schwartz was a top 3 right tackle in the NFL. So that is an option. You know, I don't think Fluker is going to be I do not think he's going to be the answer at right tackle. And if he is, we got issues in Miami. And then not too long after that, in fact, only 18 minutes after that, Adam Beasley put out this little tidbit, and he said the Dolphins are indeed moving Robert Hunt to right guard, and Penei Sewell is a possibility at pick 6. Source tells the Miami Herald. So, guys, Penei's a guard. There's no more arguing. There's no more debating, because something not enough people are talking about, and I mentioned this to EM when we spoke today. We have a new offensive line coach. Coach Lem could have walked in that room, watched the tape, turned around and said, you know what? He's not a tackle I want anchoring my offensive line. People aren't giving enough credit to what Coach Lem might be sitting there saying. So, he's got input with this. So I'm just sitting here saying everyone keeps, they're not weighing that factor in here, right? Lemuel Jean-Pierre has say, and he's going to probably build that offensive line in his vision. That's what he was brought in here to do. And he probably said, I think I can get, hey, maybe he watches Phinside the NFL. He said, I'm just joking. He obviously is good enough to evaluate himself. But he probably said, listen, I can get more out of this kid if I kick him inside, which is what I've been saying all along. I've been saying, why are you going to keep experimenting, seeing if you have that blindside tackle when it's important, as opposed to kicking him in when you know his ceiling is far higher at guard? I'm just sitting here saying, don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the evaluator, okay? There's some people who watch tape, and that's another thing I got to mention here. I see these people on Twitter, and I see these people in the comments and different. I watched the tape. What tape did you watch? Did you watch the broadcast footage? Did you watch a highlight package? Because I know how hard it is to get all 22, because your boy's got vaults full of it right now. All right. What tape did we watch? All right. We got to start being specific here. All right. So, if you go back and you watch the all 22 for the NFL is accessible to everyone, college, not so much. But you go and you watch Robert Hunt, the all 22. You go back and watch me and Ball Games breakdowns. He doesn't have the hip flexibility. He doesn't have the foot speed or the lateral movement. And on top of that, he was consistently and constantly into his lap right off the snap. And I actually blame him as one of the guys that is the reason why Tua started bailing instead of climbing the pocket. I truly believe he's one of the reasons why Tua didn't trust the protection. I think him and Austin Jackson, post-injury for Austin Jackson, because what you saw before was much better. But I think the foot speed and the athleticism and the hip flexibility is there for Austin Jackson. Now, everyone knows I'm not the hugest Austin Jackson guy, but I do think he's more of a better fit at tackle long-term than what Robert Hunt is. And obviously, the Dolphins must be feeling the same way. And now the talk starts to come in. Do we take a tackle in this draft? This is what we have to start asking ourselves. In the first 4 picks, are we going to take a Panay at 6, or are we going to take a weapon at 6 instead and then come back at 18 and draft a Tevin Jenkins? Are we going to wait to see if a Sam Cosmi drops? Are they going, or a Jalen Mayfield, which please God don't take Jalen Mayfield because I think he's better off as a guard. You know what I mean? Or, are they going to take a guy that I'm really high on, which is obviously, you guys know, Spencer Brown, who's a natural tackle, right? Are they going to take a James Hudson from Cincinnati, who's another right tackle that's a little bit of a developmental project? See, my whole thing is I don't want developmental projects. I want as sure of a thing as you can guarantee me. Right? So that's where I'm at. My problem with Leatherwood Rhino is he's a left tackle. And I don't think he's a very good left tackle to begin with. I'm not going to shift him to right tackle and say, okay, learn this with your weaker side, your opposite side. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm gonna target, unless I'm going the cream of the crop, which is Panay, I'm gonna target a natural right tackle. So Martin donates $5. He said Jenkins or Najee or Javonte Williams at 18 immediately boosts our run game. You know what it is. I agree, bro. And I got my mock draft dropping tomorrow. And I got the Dolphins extremely active in the first round. I'm dropping my mock draft tomorrow. It's going to be 64 picks, all hand selected, no mock simulator used. We got some trades to deal with in there. And I got us extremely active in the first round. I can take, my aggressive approach that I wanted to, and so I'm gonna take that. Yo, Jonathan, I wouldn't be nervous, man. A little birdie told me today, okay, that from what he's hearing, Lance is going number 3, not Mac Jones. And if Lance goes number 3, I'm telling you right now, Atlanta takes Justin Fields. And what this does for us now is that ensures Pitts or Panay are going to be on the board, I think, because I'm dug in. They're taking Jamar Chase at 5. I truly believe that. And the little birdie who was tipped off, he's so confident in how he's tipped off that he put money down on Lance being the pick at number 3. All right. So I'm just sitting here and saying, if he's so confident he put money down, just saying. So, and it worked out because I already had my mock done, and that's how I had it going. Jazz at 803, he says, can't believe the draft is only a couple days away. I have absolutely no clue who I want at 6 and 18. You know what? I want Panay, Pitts, or Waddle at 6. At 18, give me Ojulari. Give me Kwity Paye, or give me Tevin Jenkins. Right? And obviously, Tevin if I don't take Panay at 6, right? That's where I'm at. Those would be the guys that I want. So we'll see how it plays out. Because the rumors continue to run rampant that I'm telling you right now, guys, I'm right. Najee ain't making past the Steelers because it got even heavier today. He is not making it past the Steelers. Etienne, you got to worry about Jacksonville at 25, and then at the top of the second, you have the Jets picking before us at 23, and again at the top of the second. You have the Bills at the end of the first. You also have Atlanta picking before us again at the top of the second, and they need a running back as well. So, that's you got to make one of those two moves for sure. So we'll see how it rolls out. But this is the time to be aggressive, man. I said this earlier. Listen, there's rumors out there right now that groundwork is being laid out between the New England Patriots and the Carolina Panthers for that 8th overall pick. Now, Detroit is not taking a tight end. They have TJ Hawkinson. Okay. Number 8, if that goes through, New England is not taking a tight end. All right. But at number 9, Denver's looking to trade back. You could move up from 18 to 9. You could draft Sewell at 6 and come back and try to target either Pitts or Waddle at 9. So, personally, that's what I would do. Andres Madrid says 299, Pitts, Sewell, Parsons at 6, Phillips at 18. Man, Phillips' talent alone deems himself as a top 15, borderline top 10 pick. It's just the injuries. It's just the injury issues. That's where you got to be at with Jalen. Because I will say this. If he ends up being healthy, Jalen Phillips is going to be a special player at the next level. And he could stand up or put his hands in the dirt. So, I know in my first mock, I had him going to Cleveland at 26, I believe, but he's going to a different team in my second mock, and he actually falls into the second round. So, we'll see how it rolls out. We're only a couple days away, guys. Just think of it. In 48 hours, we'll already be an hour and a half deep into the first round of the 2021 NFL draft. I can't wait, baby. I truly can't wait. So we've given about 20 minutes, 21 minutes. And there's a couple things I do want to get out to. Pro Football Network, they put out a little tidbit as well just to show you guys. And it's Tony Pauline is reporting that the desired player at pick 6 for the Miami Dolphins is Kyle Pitts, but he'll most likely be gone by 6 unless Atlanta trades out. The next plan is either Penei Sewell or Jalen Waddle, not Devontae Smith. And I mean, to keep it rolling here a little bit here, because it goes even deeper than that. If you were to go in to Pro Football Talk, guys, they are reporting, let me bring it up for you guys, that the Miami Dolphins are higher on Jalen Waddle than they are on Jamar Chase. So, I mean, this is, I'll bring up the article here. Let me just pull it up for you guys to see. Interesting development, obviously. Bring it up here. Okay, so well, Mike Florio is an idiot, but we'll bring it up here, okay? Okay, here you go. And this is as of about like 48 minutes ago this came out. So just for y'all to see what's going on here. So Dolphins rumors, Jalen Waddle is favored over Jamar Chase with the number 6 pick. So the Miami Dolphins appear interested in getting quarterback Tua Tagovailoa some new toys on offense with the number 6 overall pick in Thursday's NFL draft. Jalen Waddle may be their preferred wideout over Jamar Chase. According to Pro Football Talks, Mike Florio, the Dolphins are more likely to select Waddle out of Alabama over LSU's Chase. And then goes on to talk about how they rank in here. So that's the latest news coming out. I ain't going to hate on it. That's my wide receiver 1, right? So you ain't going to hear an argument from your boy, that's for sure. So interesting stuff. Interesting stuff, right? So, yes, Waddle was the number 1 receiver on my big board. Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful. All right. So we got 291 people in the room right now. Let's go ahead. We're going to get in to my big board right now. First things first, though, I want to go ahead and I want to shout out all the people who help make this happen and who open up, who kindly open up their wallets for me monthly, to help bring this channel to what it is right now. I love each and every one of you, man. The love you guys show is unbelievable, man. I never thought I'd be sitting here talking sports and getting paid for it, but here we are, especially at Dolphins football. You know what I mean? Absolutely, count my blessings every day that I have the ability to do this, because fucking love my team and I love you guys, our fan base. So, that's my whole thing, is out here to educate all of you as best as I can. So, and I've been, putting a lot of work into the draft coverage, and that's why I feel like, there hasn't been better draft coverage than what you've seen on Phinside the NFL in the Dolphins community right now. So, guys, if you are here, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't. Obviously, if you'd like to donate to the channel, paypal.me/Phinside. You can also donate through the super chat. Become a Phinside the NFL patron. Patreon.com/Phinside the NFL. And shout out to the new I got 2 new Patreons right now. We're up to about 41. So I appreciate each and every one of you for just rolling through, man. That private content will be coming out in May. And remember, if you want to be unless you're a special exception, if you want to be a mod on Phinside the NFL, well, the only way you can be is becoming a Patreon. That said, to my new Patreons, go ahead and say something in the comments today, and I'll make sure to mod you. Either after I'm done my big board or when I go back and watch the stream. So shout out to Rhino Sid, Big Spike 94, KL Day, Ramon Casillas, Seth, Slim Pickens, Ricketic, Big Time, Red Dino, Marino's Goat, your boy Trev, Josh, Jazz 803, Martin, Zoe Vegas 75, Cap for Life, The Arkham Elf, Irving, Drew Boo, The Show, Jawar, Thompson, Andre Villarreal, Ben Glassford, Mighty Dolphin, Jeff Jackson, Cody, J Love T, Todd, Labruto, The Enigmatic Man, Chalk Vanilla Straw, Georgia Boy 23, Florida Born, Kentucky Grown, Michael Rodriguez, Dennis Klassen, Sharif, Philip Leduc, Cody Patron, Tommy Flores, Ron Levy, and my 2 latest, Marino Ron and Anthony Marine. Appreciate each and every one of you. And if you see everyone with those little cool badges next to the name that are rocking the emojis, right below me, there's a join button. You can go ahead. There's 3 different levels, and you can join. That's how you get access to the private streams when I drop them in May with the Patreons. You also get access to, obviously, the emojis and such. So I got to shout out each and every one of my members. There's also a link in the description below me that'll take you directly to becoming a member. So shout out to Damien, your boy Trev, MF Fins, Ricketic, Greg, Irving, KL Day, Seth, Drew Boo, Rhino Sith, Twizzle, Law, 10442, Jareek Huggins, Timothy, Yawa, Bruce One, Fox and Around, Michael Vowell, Timothy Sapinenza, Ray 2K, Nico, Mighty Dolphin, Dolphin Sweden, Fake Spike 94, Jazz 803, Luke Sparkman, D Ray 91, Tilly, Flips, Marcus 84, Ty Rhodes, Florida Born, Kentucky Grown, SC 42, Cord 72, Trap RNG Media, Tony Usawa, Cody Patron, The Show, Chef Jew, Jonesy, Fins Nation, Kevin Williams, Rhonda, Philip Leduc, Zachary Harris, Dennis Klassen, Powerhouse, Cap for Life, Daniel Galagos, Fred Rivera, Thunder Cleus, Jeremy Klump, Justo, Birdman, William Bileski, Cody Graham, 100 Ante, Ryan Bathgate, Ramon Casillas, Marino's Goat, Michael Simmons, Ron Levy, Chad Marcione, and my latest, Tony Marine, Anthony Marine. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate the love you're showing, bro. So thank you to each and every one of you. Go ahead, guys. There's 281 of you. Smash that like button. You already know what time it is, baby. So we are going to go ahead, guys. And also, guys, patchvibes.com. Use code Phinside to save 20% off of your order. They got a new drop coming, and it's going to be interesting to see what it is. So go ahead and show them some love. We are going to get in to my big board, guys, and let's hop right into it because, after I do this, I want to open up the show to you guys and hear your thoughts on what exactly went down today. I don't want to hear your thoughts on how my big board panned out because I kind of wish I would have gone ahead and done that tackle one now, but hindsight is 2020. It is what it is, right? So let's get into it. So my honorable mentions. As you can see in front of you, let me take that out. As you can see right in front of you, my honorable mentions at linebacker are Cameron McGrone, the linebacker out of Michigan at 11. Monty Rice, which I'm sure is a name some of you guys are familiar with through mock drafting and such. I got him at 12. KJ Britt out of Auburn. And then I got Tony Fields out of West Virginia. And Justin Hilliard is my 15th guy out of Ohio State. And just so you guys know, this takes me to a total of, I believe, 70 players I've ranked for you guys at their respective positions. So you'll notice Dylan Moses is not on this list. I just think he's a shell of himself. I think Dylan Moses fell from grace. I personally wouldn't touch him in this draft. I think there's a lot of better options than Dylan Moses. So I'm off of Dylan Moses. It is what it is. I know some people still like the kid and his potential, but me, I'm gone, baby. I'm out on that Dylan Moses train. And what's crazy is 2 years ago, the guy was flirting with being a first round pick. Now I've talked to some evaluators who have him totally off of their board. So I just think, I think he's a shell of himself. I don't think he's ever going to get back to what he was, but it is what it is. Don't let it be what it ain't. Shout out to Dylan Moses. I hope he ends up proving me wrong, but personally, I might take a 7th round flyer on him, but other than that, I would look at him as a UDFA. It is what it is, man. Dylan Moses, literally the epitome of a fall from grace, but hey, what can you do, right? And there's a couple other guys here. I love Tony Fields' game. I like KJ Britt. And I think Cameron McGrone going to be good. So let's get into 6 through 10. My number 10 guy is Baron Browning. He's a really good athlete who has great overall size and length to his frame. Pretty good sideline to sideline speed, who hits with power and plays physical. He shows off his physicality and strength constantly at the point of attack. He has good contact balance to go along with it. He displays good coverage skills against backs and tight ends. Even though slot receivers can give him issues, he has good fluidity in his hips and shows good change of direction ability when having to shift the other way to pursue the ball carrier. He's a pretty good tackler. He gets low and wraps quite well. Has experience playing Mike, Sam, and Will at Ohio State, showing he's versatile at the position. Shows good quickness and short area bursts when attacking the line of scrimmage, and that gives interior players issues trying to handle his get off at the snap. In the run game, he doesn't diagnose very well and has shown issues playing through traffic and shutting off blocks. Hey, Jerome Baker. Doesn't have very good bend to his game when he tries to arc around tackles on the outside. Number 9, Pete Werner. He's a very instinctual player that finds himself in the right position constantly. He's a good processor, anticipates and diagnoses in the run game well. Rangy player who shows off good lateral movement, is solid in coverage, can take on tight ends, backs, and even cover slots at a decent level. Hits like a truck when he squares up the ball carriers and doesn't get caught missing looking for the home run hit. When used as a blitzer, he showed the ability to shoot gaps and get into the backfield. He has a high motor, and he gives high effort every snap, which coaches are going to love at the next level. He shed blocks well with his power and also good length to his frame. Just a decent athlete overall, though, and won't blow you away with his athleticism on the field. And his sideline to sideline speed is just average at best. Number 8, Garrett Waddle from TCU. He's super agile, and it shows with his ability to move laterally and how quick and fluid he moves in open space when he flips his hips. Big time hitter, will knock a ball carrier into next week. He's also a really good playmaker, has a nose for the ball, and is always around it, as shown by his 32.5 sacks during his time at TCU. He's got very good eye discipline. His sideline to sideline speed is as legit as it gets in this linebacker class. He's a quick processor. On some plays, it looks as if his anticipation has led him to the hole before the ball carrier has even gotten close to it. Very instinctual. He has a motor that never stops. He keeps driving his legs forward, converts speed to power very well, and is a nightmare for offensive linemen to try and get a handle of. He needs to get a little stronger up top in his body, and even though he had 295 tackles during his time at TCU, he needs to do better at wrapping with his tackling technique overall. Number 7, I got Jabril Cox. Easily one of the best coverage linebackers in this class, whether in man or zone. Takes good pursuit angles and blended with his really good speed and quickness. Not many people get past Cox, relying solely on their foot speed. Great change of direction speed, flips his hits so smoothly. High effort player, never takes a single snap off, and the motor never stops running. Showed a high level of play and production at North Dakota State, and then continued that when he transferred to LSU. Showing the leap in competition didn't phase him at all. Showed crazy position versatility as he's been lined up as a linebacker in the slot, off the edge, and even on the boundary because of his high level coverage ability. Has great length and sizable tackle radius to match. His sideline to sideline speed is really high end. His size and functional strength leaves something to be desired. Pretty poor read and recognition skills and run defense. His tackling technique is poor as well. And when you mix it in with his lack of power, it can be a problem sometimes when you actually watch him on tape. Next, number 6, I got Chad Surratt. His short area burst acceleration and quickness is some of the best in this class, easily. So he's also one of the more rangy linebackers in this class, and his sideline to sideline speed allows him to constantly make plays all over the field. Is a really good run blocker and sure tackler, shows good technique and wrapping ability. His time as a QB has carried over to his ability to anticipate and jump routes in the passing game, which he makes plays in very often. This has also made him a very instinctual linebacker. Shows great ability as a leader and communicator on the field. He's a good blitzer and he's a big hitter. He's a definition of a team player. I mean, when he converted from QB to linebacker, he did it without hesitation, and it's a big leap. And so Surratt took it head on and he tackled it. No pun intended. He isn't that good against the run game. You're not going to see him stack and shed very well. He needs to improve his functional strength. And obviously, because he's only played 24 games at the position of linebacker, he's not as experienced as most in this class, but the tools he has to be successful at the position are undeniable, and they're all there. So, absolutely love that kid. I've been loving him for quite some time, right? So, my number 5 guy is actually Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, sorry. JOK is such a fun player to watch. He's so fast with crazy sideline to sideline speed and has the quickness and lateral movement to track down anyone in the open field. He plays at a really high aggressive level too. A sure tackler that can lay the lumber when it comes downfield at full speed. He's an upper class read and recognition player too. He diagnoses plays in the passing game and the run game very, very well. He has such good closing speed and has really good short area burst. He's number 6 on the field, guys. His versatility as a player knows no bounds either. He can play in the box, off ball, line up against slot receivers, or take on safety responsibilities. He's super effective when he's used as a blitzer, as his speed and agility gives linemen fits and he can burst into the backfield at any given moment. His initial get off is explosive, as well as his timing on blitzes and on snaps. He takes on blocks and sheds them well. He can play in traffic at a high level. And shows very good eye discipline for the position. He always keeps his legs churning and his motor runs so highly. He just never quits on a play or ever gives a lackadaisical effort. His contact balance is very good. And even given his light size, he's hard to knock off of balance. Owusu-Koramoah is a really good playmaker. Always looks to strip the ball from ball carriers, can make a play on the ball in the air, and just has a knack for always sniffing out the ball in the field. He fills gaps and rarely ever gets caught over pursuing. Again, going back to Jeremiah's ability to anticipate plays, he is clearly a student of the game and a junkie for the film room because he never looks surprised or caught off guard by what the opposing offense is throwing his way. Because of Owusu-Koramoah's versatility, I truly believe he will be a defensive coordinator's best friend at the next level, as there's so many ways you can deploy him against offenses. JOK's size is definitely a concern at 6'2", 221 pounds, as not many linebackers have found success at that next level at his size. There's a serious question of if he should be converted to a full-time safety or even a corner, because he's kind of become one of those players like Isaiah Simmons coming out last year. He's a jack of all trades. He's a master of none. So, though he can land the big hit, sometimes he does get sidestepped or misses lunging for it, and he definitely needs to clean that up to help him at the next level. Another reason I have him at 5, guys, is I think we already have that type of player in Brandon Jones. Like, I think he would be more of a hybrid linebacker in this offense. I don't think you're going to play him strictly as a Mike. I'm certainly not using him as a Sam. I can blitz him as a Will or, bring him up on the edge. Other than that, though, I do really like the kid. I just don't know how good of a fit he would be because of Brandon Jones. Great player, though. He does so many things so well. And, I think whatever team drafts him, because I truly don't think it's going to be us, is going to get a really, really good player. It's just going to be all about scheme fit and how you deploy him. And that's basically what his career at the next level is going to come down to, I think. But I love the kid, man. He's a very good player. He's definitely an upgrade from Brandon Jones. Number 4 is Zaven Collins. Yeah, I got him this low. A prospect so many Dolphin fans love and want to see in aqua and orange. I really like Zaven Collins, but his recent weigh-in at Indy at 270 pounds is why he's a little lower on my list, which I'll explain in depth a little bit later. You know, because he went up. At his pro day, he was only 259 pounds. Now he's 270. So Zaven is amazing in open space. He's tracking ball carriers and tackling them very well. As soon as he gets a hold of you, you are going down. Collins looks relatively speedy on the field and shows good sideline to sideline quickness when chasing down ball carriers. He's a smart player who reads and diagnoses well, showing good coverage skills that will allow him to be an every down linebacker at the next level. He can play linebacker or up on the line as a defensive end or an edge player, doing whatever is needed and asked of him. He was not only very productive at Tulsa, but his 5 interceptions, 25 tackles for a loss, 7.5 sacks during his time at Tulsa proves he is a playmaker when called upon. I mean, just go back and watch the game against Tulane. He had the game-sealing 96-yard pick 6 in double overtime, and that's just a perfect example of what this guy is. Has great length to his frame, and his hands are like cinder blocks, yet he moves them quicker than a hiccup. He times blitzes well and is great at timing snaps. He just plays with good instincts and anticipation to his game. He's strong at the point of attack, and it's hard for linemen to move as he plays with good balance to his game. His anchor is really good, which allows him to be super effective with down blocks. He has a good blend to his arc around the edge when he's playing up against tackles. He showed good durability during his time at Tulsa, only missing 2 games, one in 2020 due to a lower body injury, in the bowl game because he opted out to prep himself for the draft. Zaven doesn't show a lot of good pass rushing moves, though. His repertoire isn't that deep, and given he gained 11 pounds from his pro day to his Indy weigh-in, you have to wonder if he's considering a permanent move to edge from linebacker at that weight, and that's what the rumor is, and that's why he's a little lower. He can play with his pad level too high at times, and that can allow his tackles to be broken, so his form does need a little bit more polishing. And sometimes Zaven has issues shedding blocks, and it looks as if it's an issue with his upper body strength lacking when he goes up against powerful linemen. Overall, though, I love the kid. I think he offers a lot. It's just if he came in with me, I would ask him to get back down to that 259 range because he ran a 4.6 at 259. He's got crazy speed that you guys are seeing here when he makes a play. I really love the kid, but I wonder, is he going to be an edge at the next level? So that's where I'm at with him. Is he going to be an edge at the next level? And that's kind of why I have him, just like why I have JOK where he is. I think he might be converted to safety. So he's a great player, though. He's a definition of a playmaker at the position. And I mean, you guys are seeing it firsthand here. He can make a play on any ball. That's just a bad throw by Shane Bushelley there of SMU. That's just a bad throw. And that was the seal of the game. Like, he makes plays that wins games. And, that's a rare thing to have. He's just a playmaker. So I love the kid. Just don't know if he's as locked as people think he is. Number 3, Jamin Davis, University of Kentucky. He's one of my favorite players in this linebacker class. Someone I've been talking about before he started rising boards the last month and a half or so. Jamin Davis is an absolute athletic freak and beast on the gridiron. And what you're going to see, guys, when you get to the Mississippi State film that I have in here, he's regularly number 44, but in that game, he was wearing Oates' number of 22. So that's why you're going to see 44, and then Mississippi State, you're going to see 22 making plays. He has elite straight line speed, which allows him to be an impactful player against the passer in the run game. I truly think not only will Davis be successful at the next level, but he's got a shot to end up being the best linebacker of this class when it's all said and done. He's that good. Davis is so good in coverage. He understands route concepts well, recognizes them at elite level, and is just effective in man coverage as he is in zone. He gets to the hole quickly in the run game, and when he meets the ball carrier there, he ends lives at will. Due to his speed, quickness, acceleration, agility, and really good lateral movement, Jamin Davis is so solid in open space. He tracks ball carriers really well, displays elite sideline to sideline speed, and shows a high level of instincts, anticipation, and read and recognition skills. He knows where the ball or play is going to be before the play even begins to develop. He just has such a fantastic feel for the game. He shoots gaps and moves through them barely touched most of the time, and he's never knocked off balance. He's a playmaker too. He can either blow up a ball carrier in the run game and force a fumble, or use his athleticism and instincts to make a play on the ball in the passing game. He's a really well-rounded linebacker. He has no problem shedding blockers or disengaging a blocker to make a play on the ball carrier. His tackling and technique is top-notch. It's like a vice grip when he wraps a player up, and is relentless in making sure he finishes off the tackle and brings the ball carrier down to the ground. He can play as a Mike, Will, or Sam and is good blitzing and playing off the ball. And because of his versatility, he's going to be used and deployed at will in whatever way a defensive coordinator wants to make him a player it'll be hard for offenses to strategize for. Davis might also have the best motor in this class. He runs on diesel, will run through you or around you, and he just never stops. It gives up until he makes a play on the whistle, or when the whistle sounds. Can't say enough good things about the kid. I absolutely love him. His only real issue is he doesn't have a ton of experience, as he's a one-year starter, albeit he dominated the SEC. Sometimes he tends to play with his pads high, but it's not very often. All in all, I think Jamin Davis is going to be very special at the next level, and there's not enough praise in the world I can heap on this kid. One of the funnest players to watch in this draft. Number 2, y'all already know what time it is. One of the biggest hitters in this draft, hands down, is Nick Bolton, and you're going to wait till you see what he does against the Arkansas player in this highlight package. I haven't been quiet about my adoration for Nick Bolton, as just like Jamin Davis, I think this kid is special and also one of the funnest watches in this whole draft class. He's arguably the best tackler in this class, posting 198 tackles over the last 2 seasons, with 16 and a half of those tackles being for a loss. Bolton doesn't waste emotion. He recognizes misdirections well, diagnoses offensive plays well before they happen, and his first step is not only explosive, but almost always in the right direction of the way the play is headed. Bolton is the hardest hitter of any position in this draft class, in my opinion. You can hear the crack like thunder when he makes contact with the ball carrier, and, he comes downhill faster and harder than a freight train. Look what he does to Najee on this play. Go watch his game against Alabama this year like this. He not only tracked Najee well when he had the ball, but stopped him in the backfield at the line of scrimmage multiple times. He reads and reacts so well in the run game, seeing the hole and where the backer is headed, filling it, shooting it, and making a play on the ball carrier. Bolton is also a very good athlete. He has very good change of direction speed and moves laterally well in space. Bolton sheds blocks well, has good contact balance when linemen engage him initially, and has no issue disengaging to break off and make a play on the ball carrier. His understanding of route concepts and ability to read and react in the passing game is also quite solid. He has playmaking ability in that aspect of his game as well. He takes good pursuit angles and can hunt down ball carriers really well by just trusting his instincts to get ahead of the play and be there before the ball carriers. Bolton's hitting ability, instincts, and high-level awareness not only allows him to strike fear in offensive players, forcing them to respect him wherever he is on the field, but it also allows him to set the tone for the defense and almost always finds himself involved in the play. His height and length might be a problem to some coaches, as he's only 5'11" with 31 and 7/8 arms, but my argument is that he plays much bigger than that. Due to the fact he's such a violent player, it may take a good amount of wear and tear on his body at the next level. So that's something to definitely keep an eye on. He's solid in zone, but could improve his ability to mirror in man-to-man to fully round himself out of the position. Overall, though, I think Nick Bolton is going to be an impact player and eventual defensive captain at the next level. I get Zach Thomas vibes from him, honestly. Look at this. Look at through the middle. You wish you didn't come through there, baby. That's my boy. Number 1, Micah Parsons, a player who I mentioned over a year ago when I was on TD Fins Talk, being the first in this community to bring him to the forefront of Dolphin fans' minds. Parsons has now turned into a favorite amongst Dolphin fans. And if you believe recent reports, he is a favorite of Brian Flores in this draft. So there's no denying how special Micah Parsons is. Parsons has the freak type of athleticism that doesn't show up. Parsons may have the best short area burst and quickness of anyone in his class. He has elite level instincts and awareness, especially when used as an off-ball blitzer. His tackling technique is very pristine and polished. I never saw him miss a tackle when evaluating him, and once he wraps the player, it's over, and ankle tackles are never broken, which is also very impressive. His read and recognition in the run defense is phenomenal. It seems as if he's in the backfield before the ball carrier even knows which hole he's hitting. As Parsons shoots gaps explosively and smartly, he seems to always be one step ahead. I think he's very versatile in terms of being used as a will or a jack in this defense, and I think eventually he could take the mic role from McKinney if the Dolphins draft him and once they move off from McKinney. His eye discipline is top-notch. He plays at a really good pad level and has good bend to his game. If he's matched up against a tackle coming off the edge, he just plays so aggressive and brings really intense level of physicality to the field. His closing speed is ridiculous, and his understanding of pursuit angles is elite, allowing him to track and close quickly on ball carriers if they get into open space. He's also pretty good in coverage, can match up with tight ends, backs, or slot receivers and mirror them well. His read and recognition skills are next level, and both the pass game is just as good against the run with those read and recognition skills. Not much gets by this player. Parsons doesn't really have a weakness, more so things he can improve on. He needs to get better at shedding blocks as he'll look to run around them, more relying on his speed and quickness. He can improve his playmaking ability and coverage, no doubt about it. Also has an aggressive play style that can cause him to over pursue and lead him to being taken out of the play. Sometimes he plays too fast for himself. All in all, though, Micah Parsons is a top 5 talent in this draft, a game changer, and I feel confident in my pro comp of him as Lawrence Taylor Light. Even if I don't like comps, I feel comfortable making that with Parsons, as talent truly oozes out of his pores, and he is such a fun player to watch and evaluate on film. I know some people think he can just be an off-the-ball linebacker, but I think he's so much more. I just think this kid gives you such great play at the position, and he's worth the investment, especially if he falls to 18. Run that ticket up to the podium if he falls to 18. Do not even think twice. I would take him over my boy Ojulari. I would take him over Kwity Paye. I would obviously take him over Jalen Phillips. I just think Parsons is going to be a special player at the next level. And the thoughts and ideas of what Brian Flores could do with this type of kid makes you salivate. I truly love this kid. He's such a fun watch, and he's such a good player, and he is going to be special, no doubt about it, at the next level, if you ask me. And there you go, guys. That is my top 15 big board, top 10 with honorable mentions. So I love the kid, man. I really do. Someone asked me if I'd take Parsons at 6. If we were set at playmaker and offensive line, I would, but I don't think we are. So 6 might be a bit too rich for me. But if they're willing to trade up to 9 with the Denver Broncos and potentially take him, I got no problem with that. So I actually think he's a beast, man. I truly love that kid. I think he's going to be special, man. I really do. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop that that link for y'all to come up here and join. I truly wish I had more time, guys, because I'd be doing an offensive tackle board as well. Because, heading in today when I had this all done, a lot of us didn't think tackle was going to be a dire need. But now, by the sounds of it, clearly it's going to be a dire need. So, Maho, where do I think Bolton will go? I think he could go back end of the first all the way to into the middle of the second, but I don't think he's going to get past there. I think that kid's special, man. People just might be a little bit fearful of his size, but the guy's the definition of someone who plays a lot bigger than his stature shows. Rhino, what's good? Red Comet, what's good, boys?
Evening.
What's up?
Waddle at 6, Jenkins at 18.
There you go.
I take that.
Yeah, I got no problem with that. But then at 36, you got to turn around and you got to get either a linebacker or an edge player, I think.
Sure.
So
I still rather get Sewell and Bateman if I had to choose. That'd be my choice.
yeah, I would take that. I would trade up from 18.
Right. If someone's there you want, for sure.
Get into play for one of those guys, man.
Mm-hmm.
Waddle, Smith, or Pitts if he's still on the board.
Do you think Smith will actually fall?
Do I think what will happen?
Do you think Smith will fall?
Yeah.
He might make it to 18 if crazier stuff. I mean, it doesn't seem likely, but it's possible.
Well, there's a report out today the Philadelphia Eagles like Kwity Paye. So if that's the case, there's a good chance he might fall.
Wow. Can you imagine that Sewell and Dan Smith?
Oh my gosh.
At 18, that'd be ridiculous.
And then Najee at 21.
Yeah. I think
All right. You
think you
just
gotta
call us
trade
an
up.
Alabama offense at that point.
Why not?
Yep.
Bama offense, Patriots defense.
Who is it? It is NP. He asked me to give my top 5. I'm gonna post my rankings on Patreon for my offensive tackle, but my top 5 right now. I'll give you my top 10. I have Jalen Mayfield at 10. I got Liam Eichenberg at 9. I got James Hudson at 8. I got Jackson Carman at 7. I got Dylan Radins at 6. I got Spencer Brown at 5. I got Sam Cosme at 4. I got Christian Darrisaw at 3. I got Tevin Jenkins at 2. And I got Penei Sewell at 1. And this is because I believe both Elijah Vera Tucker as well as Rashawn Slater, I have them listed as interior guys. They can play tackle. I'm not saying they can't, but I have them listed as interior guys, first and foremost. So that would be my top 10. What's going on, Mikey and Deep Dive? How you guys doing?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Thanks for having me on the show, Reason.
No problem, man. So what's on everyone's mind tonight?
Oh man, I've just
Shoot, I think I figured out the.
go ahead. I'm just so happy.
I think I figured out the draft strategy.
Okay, hold on. Go ahead, show, and then you can go ahead. Deep Dive.
That's all, man. I'm just so happy about the Flower news, man. I'm over the moon about that. Just
Yes, sir.
Just trading Flowers and getting off that cap hit. That was that was awesome, man. Then moving. Sounds like Hunt will probably move in to guard. And we're truly looking for a tackle, or another offensive lineman, and that's what I've been wanting, man. Just like, let's finish up this whole line. We got assets, we can still add playmakers too, but yeah, I'm so happy about that and going into the draft, guys. That's just, those are my thoughts.
Hell yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, man.
I'm just surprised.
I
guess
don't know, man. Like
Washington
that's what
had
I'm
him,
thinking.
right?
I think we address tackle.
Someone's got an echo.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, Reason.
Hold on a sec. Let me find this echo. Okay, so everyone, it is still going, so it's not the show. Let's see if it goes here. It is, so it's not Deep Dive. So I'm guessing it is, yeah, it's Mikey. Mikey, you have an echo going on. I don't know if you have us playing in the background or whatever, but you're going to have to dead that just because we have an echo, or you're going to have to put headphones in. That would be your best option, bro. Okay, Deep Dive, go ahead, because I know you wanted to say something.
yeah. I just wanted to say I think I figured out our entire draft strategy because Chris Greer, the Smoke Master. I was so confused for so long, and this move today just clarified so much for me. Like, I just don't think that we take anyone else but Penei Sewell at 6, simply because we had the ability to take him at 3, right? But then Chris Greer said, well, I think we could still get him at 6 or further down the draft. If we trade up to 12 and then trade to 6, we get an extra first round pick and we can still get him. And then we just traded off Ereck Flowers. So that means that doing exactly what you were talking about. We're going to draft Penei Sewell. We're going to move Robert Hunt into guard. But then further down the draft, it clears up a lot of space for other things as well. I think we could address edge, with Azeez Ojulari at 18, 36 instead of a running back. Maybe we could take Kadarius Toney, and that would address our wide receiver problem. And then maybe at pick 50 we could take Kenneth Gainwell. So it seems like the picture is so clear now. We can address so much, like so easily. I don't know. It makes a lot more sense to me now.
I think we gotta trade up and not to 9, man. That just makes the most sense to me because you get Penei at 6, and then either A, you get Pitts, or B, you get Waddle. Either way, you're win-win.
We don't need Pitts though. I feel like it would be good to have him and it would change our team, but it's not like a necessary thing. It's like we're there, we can get him. It would make a huge difference sort of thing, but not as something we have to trade up for necessarily.
Still trade up for Waddle because I'm not dependent on Will Fuller, Preston Williams, and Devontae Parker to stay healthy.
No, but
that's what I'm saying,
is
Kadarius Toney, because Kadarius Toney fills that need.
Draft. It's deep at wide receiver.
My only issue with Kadarius Toney is you're drafting a strictly slot guy.
Yeah, it's
I
deep,
see him go
but can we
downfield, though.
say
He can
really?
get off press too.
He's not going to be a boundary guy though.
Yeah, it's
like
deep.
I'm a Bears fan. But we got Will Fuller for 1 year.
Yeah, but when I say deep, I mean you can still get a wideout at 18 if they went Sewell.
You can go get my boy Bateman. You can go get my boy Bateman.
When I say deep, I'm not talking about like at 50 or in the third
you get
round.
Terrace Marshall.
Yeah, I just think like
I love Terrace Marshall.
With Sewell at 6 or whatever, they can come back to wide receiver at 18.
I think what's so sexy about Waddle to these guys is not only the 4.2 speed, but you can use him on the boundary. No one talks about his ability to win contested catches because he can do it, and he can play in the slot, and he can be a returner and a kicker. And Alabama has even lined him up in the backfield before. He's a perfect receiver if you're going to run screens.
Yep.
He's
my wide receiver one.
I call him the human. He's basically the football's MacGyver because he could do anything, bro. You use him on the. You can use him on. You can use him on the slot, boundary, jet sweep, screens, everything.
Him, Pitts, and Rondell Moore are the most dynamic receivers in this class.
Yeah,
it's
the only thing with Rondell Moore is
I like Rondell Moore. He's just short.
You're taking a slot guy.
Yeah, but Rondell Moore is strong.
I think we need a slot specialist.
That's the thing. Like
he lacks in height.
Strong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what he lacks in height is his strength.
Yeah.
He is strong, man. He's really short though.
What would be more aggressive than moving up to 9 and getting a chance of getting the top 2 guys that aren't QBs, man. We'd get the number 2 and 3 guy, and then, like I said, Plan B. If somebody else gets Pitts, then you get Waddle, who's obviously our number 1 receiver. I mean, I just think, why not do it, man? Why not?
I'm not gonna do that. If Sewell's there at 6, I take him at 6. This draft is deep at receiver. I'd take my chances on a Rashard Bateman or a Terrace Marshall. I mean, I think those guys. I mean,
I like Terrace Marshall.
Yeah, like the discrepancy of difference between those two it's not that much. It's not that much.
He's talking about taking Pitts at 9.
That's what I'm saying. That's your.
Because think of it.
Target,
the Lions are not taking a tight end. They have T.J. Hawkinson. Okay,
that's good. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
There's a rumor right now that the groundwork is being laid for the Patriots to move up to 8. If they move up to 8, they got Jonnu and they got Hunter Henry that they just both signed. They're not taking them. So you got to get in front of the Cowboys because the Cowboys will take them at 10.
That's what blew my mind, Reason. When you said about the Patriots moving up to the Panthers, I said, "Oh my God, we got to do that. We got to pull the trigger." I said, "In worst case scenario, we don't get Pitts, we get Waddle." That's win-win. Our offense would be so much better.
You get one of the top 2 most dynamic receivers in this class.
Yeah, exactly.
Cowboys wouldn't go Pitts though. They're gonna go cornerback most likely.
Why are we trading tonight?
If Pitts is on the board, They are taking him, bro.
Yeah.
Why are we
It's already
trading?
come out that Jerry
You think?
Jones is truly infatuated with Kyle Pitts. Bro, they just released a video on their social media a couple of days ago all about Kyle Pitts. And Jerry Jones absolutely
That's
loves
true.
the guy. It's like,
Why
look
are-
at last
Jerry
year.
Jones is fucking crazy.
They
I
didn't
don't
need
doubt it.
they didn't need CeeDee Lamb, but they drafted him.
Exactly.
Great point. Great point.
But
Yeah,
how do we get?
that is a
how
good
do
point. He
we,
doesn't really like care.
Yeah. I
how
saw
do we
his
get
press
to
conference
9
today.
though?
That's
How do
what
we
I'm
break that?
intrigued on.
That's what we said. You take Penaya at 6, you take Penaya at 6, then you trade back up at 9.
Oh,
9.
okay.
What would
Okay.
it take?
Yeah.
What would it take, Reason, to get to 9? That's what I'm wondering.
It
What do
would
you
take it would take
1836.
1836 and a second next year would get that job done.
Okay, but you don't think 18 and 50 in the second next year would get it done?
I would be
Depends.
fine with 1850, a second and a fifth. Let's go right now.
Yeah.
Reason, there's something really funny
Yeah.
that I think you should share with the whole crew. Okay, somebody uploaded. This is hilarious. Someone uploaded on YouTube Ereck Flowers highlight of 2020. Okay, it's an 8-minute video. It's an 8-minute video.
no.
This is the
8 minutes?
saddest. This is the saddest
I'm not
highlight
watching that.
video ever.
believe
It's
it.
it's. I could not believe they just uploaded today, like 8 hours ago.
Can you
I
put it
could
in
not-
the private
Can't
chat?
block
Can you
an
put it in
error?
the background? Can you put it in the back chat?
Yeah, I can. Oh, it's just, no. All you have to do is just type on YouTube Ereck Flowers highlight,
Okay.
and
The only
it will
thing-
just.
Oh, you know what you should do?
It's so hilarious.
Rhino,
We will
Rhino,
all laugh to it.
Rhino, tell me if they have over 1,000 followers, subscribers. Because if they do, I can get hit with a copyright.
Oh, 8,000. They have like 8,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
they
Can't do it.
like my when I
It's
put
so
up
funny.
when I put up the stuff from Tua, that leaked footage of him throwing
Yeah.
at practice, I got YouTube notified me that multiple people used my video.
Oh
And so
yeah.
I was
They
able
don't,
to
they don't
strike
miss,
them.
man. YouTube.
But
I was
to-
able to strike them.
To summarize it, basically the highlight reel consisted of him in double team forms, like just helping in double teams, and also going after DBs and missing in the
Bro.
second level.
Like it's like 2 or 3 times he legitimately got pushed into Austin Jackson's hip and caused Austin to disengage from his block and lose his block, man. Like the guy's
All right.
terrible. Yo, I gotta say this though. Damian, Pyro, what's up, boys? How you guys doing?
Boys.
What up?
Dame Dollar.
What's good, everybody? What's good?
Pyro, the Palm Beach player, just showed up.
What's up, Pyro? What's going on?
What's
They-
good, everybody?
They probably have a lot
Okay.
of footage from the
up,
Denver
man?
game, man.
Pyro, I think
Pyro with the
Najee,
king of the
Let me-
avatars.
I think
Let
Najee's
me-
gone, Pyro.
Let
I
me
don't think we're
just
getting
say.
that.
Let
Uh-oh.
me just say real quick. I'm just ignoring RD real quick. But let me just say, man, when I saw that news that Ereck Flowers got traded, boy,
Yeah.
let me tell you something. I bust a move.
As soon as I saw the name Ereck, I'm like, we did it. We did it. Somehow we
I was
Oh.
so happy. So happy.
It's like we acquired a player, but we actually got rid of a
Hey,
player.
but-
It's amazing.
Man, I'm gonna tell you,
Hey,
man.
but
I was like
yeah.
Kamala Harris. I was like, Joe, we did it. We did it, Joe.
This
Dude,
guy-
that
I'll tell
was
you
a
what,
benign
we acquired a
tumor,
few
man.
bands. Tell you that much. About
Hey, but the thing
8,000
was that-
bands.
Hey, but the thing was that if Miami didn't trade him, they would have waived them to avoid paying him the $10 million.
No, they
No,
had to pay
it-
him. It was guaranteed.
No, it
Yeah.
was guaranteed.
Right.
Yeah, that's what's amazing about it. That money was guaranteed.
I
We
saw,
paid him
Yeah.
$6 million.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
but what
paid him
happened
in
once-
cash.
8 million off
But
the
what
cap
happened-
though.
I mean, you
Right?
got to give credit.
Freaking
Like,
Greer. He's a
Yeah.
genius.
Greer,
Yeah.
you didn't think Greer was going to be able to
Yeah,
move
man.
Tannehill with his contract either, right? You know, everyone thought that like, oh, Tannehill's got that contract. We he's not going to be able to be traded. Greer found a way, man. So when it comes to trading, that guy's a savage.
He could sell freaking ice to Eskimos, bro. I
Yeah.
swear.
Hey, but you know what? It was a good thing. you know what was the genius part of it? The Dolphins, what they did was, in order to trade him, they restructured his contract.
yes.
They were supposed to pay him a $6 million signing bonus, and what they did was, when they traded him, they paid for half of the $6 million, and Washington paid the rest. So like that, they saved $3 million. In the
I
cap
didn't
space.
care a damn
That was
about the
pretty
money
good.
anymore. All
Yeah,
I
I
wanted
didn't
was the
care,
guy
man.
off the
Yes.
No,
Let me just.
and we
No,
got
you're
a
making great points,
second
but
round.
I'm not
No.
seeing it. I'm just
See, hold on.
Smart,
I read it. See,
That's how it was.
If you go to Jason OTC from Over the Cap, what he said was we basically are paying him $6 million, and Washington's paying him $3 million. He's actually making $9 million this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
17 million for 1
yeah.
year, boys. 17 million for 1 year.
Good for him.
I'm just saying is that
Good for him.
no more Greer slander.
No more.
From now on, no more.
Never.
Because I was so skeptical that we would be able to get rid of this guy. I would have been if Washington would say, okay, we'll take him for a bag of Chips Ahoy, I would have been glad to just take him.
That's like
Forget
when the
a
Miami.
Tunsil statue. We need a Greer statue out front of freaking the stadium, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
And guys,
Greer father.
After he wins his 10 Super Bowls.
one thing about Greer, man,
10
this
Super
one thing
Bowls,
that bothers me,
we're gonna-
guys.
yeah.
I'm going to run it to you, the panel here. When you get people criticizing moves that were made pre-2019 and they blame it on Greer. I mean, you guys agree on that, right? I mean, that was Tannenbaum. That was Gase. I mean,
Yeah,
Greer
it's hard to say.
I don't think he had full control.
Hold on, when are we going? When are we going on?
Before 2019.
Pre-2019.
Yeah,
No.
I don't think he had full control of those. That's how I feel, man. But I know there's a debate on
He
that.
he had full control on the Minka Fitzpatrick draft,
which was 2018. Yeah, it was the year before we got Flores.
Wasn't that? Yeah, it was 17 because they just activated Minka's 50-year option.
But
the way I look at
it,
Minka was 2018.
Real quick, let me just
Cannonball
ask.
was still with us though. As
T-Bomb's there,
VP.
that control.
I want to ask Reason a question. Was the Charles Harris draft his control?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
but that's kind of what I'm saying, guys. That was a Tannenbaum era, so I don't know if he had full control. I don't know if anyone knows.
Greer went out and defended the pick when they made it.
Well,
yeah, but here's his job.
Yeah, but
here's
one. Yeah, but here's one thing though. He does share some responsibility for Deion Jordan selection because he was the head of the college scouting department at the time. And it was his scouts that kind of gave them the Dolphins front office the green light to go up and make that trade and get him at number 3. So
All I
know
know is Tannenbaum is a goofball and a half.
Exactly.
And I don't put
he's grown
anything
from
above
that,
that. I don't put anything
this
above
is just
none of
me,
us
man.
screw things
When we
up.
brought in Bruce Allen and McKenzie. Go ahead.
I'll say this, Greer, I think he's changing his narrative a lot. Like, I think, maybe he made some decisions that were like questionable, but then he started making better and better decisions. And now he's just got full handle on what he's doing.
Lord, Darth
and also
Vader.
the fact that other people don't have their hand.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Jesus, Darth Vader.
Other people don't have their hand in the cookie jar. Yeah,
Oh,
my bad.
boy.
Other
Shout
people
out to
don't
Darth
have their
Vader.
hand in the
Shout out
cookie
to Darth
jar.
Vader. Shout out to
Darth
Darth
Vader.
Vader
Nice
for the
job, Darth Vader.
$100 donation. He said, "What's up, Reason? I'm
Jeez.
sorry if I was my MIA, but I watch all your live streams. I hope you and the family are doing well. God bless you, Phinside. Brother, I hope everything's going well over there with the family, man.
Yeah, man.
Bro, I hope you're staying up. You're staying well, man. Appreciate
Bless
you, bro.
Nice.
Damn.
For sure.
Thank you very much for that.
Good
bro.
stuff, man.
Shout outs to the Sith
He deserves to be in the Phinside
Shout
NFL Hall of
out to
Fame.
the Sith Lord.
I thought
I mean, they built.
I thought you guys were talking about me. I was like,
oh,
am I too close to the mic? Yeah, man. I thought
One
you guys were
thing
talking about
about
me. I was like, am I
Greer-
too close to the mic or something? Like,
One thing
you
about
apologizing. I was like, why is this guy apologizing? He's fine, man.
One thing about
I was like,
Greer-
sorry,
It's all
guys.
What I do?
if they've learned their lessons from Dion and the guy that we got from Missouri, forget Harris,
Charles Harris. Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
if we
I'm just
learned
saying-
our lessons from
the power
them,
structure was
right?
just confusing back
Then
then.
we're not
That's kinda
gonna
my
get
point.
we're not gonna get Gregory Rousseau.
But I
But
think
if
you
we
guys
get
missing
Gregory
one
Rousseau,
point though.
I think
that
Greer
means
and
that
Flo
we
are
haven't learned
perfect
nothing.
yin and yang.
I think you guys missing the one addition that we had last off season when we got those two highly respected scouts, and
Yeah.
one of them was a GM,
McKenzie and Allen, right?
McKenzie and Allen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think with those two, with Greer, I think that helps him with decision making more than what we had in the past.
Yeah, I just think with Tannenbaum and Gaze, and I just think there was a power struggle. That's kind of how I felt. You know what I mean? And
well, it's already come out. Like people have already
Yeah.
reported on
his
his involvement dating back to it's 2017. It's the what was the Tunsil draft? Was that 2017?
16.
Yeah,
16.
Yeah,
that was a draft when he really started getting involved, and then the Minka draft was all him.
yeah. I mean, those are
18.
two great picks. You know, talent wise. I mean, well,
Yeah, but you gotta look at the rest of
Minka.
it.
Hey,
No,
guys,
I got you.
remember-
I got you, man. Yeah, I agree.
Remember
with
in
you on that.
16 we got Howard too, eh? So that was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, he did
That
a
was
good job in
good.
that draft.
Yeah.
He's made some
Second
solid
round,
picks.
2017
He's
was the
the-
one where you're like,
Not good.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
good. Yeah.
I hate to even
what?
think about Minka, man, because if Minka was in this defense, oh my God.
I mean, it's his fault. He's good. He
it'd be
went
scary.
Crybaby.
Yeah,
he
was a
literally,
crybaby.
pussy.
he literally
Fuck him.
went to he literally went to a franchise on the rise, and he went to a Steelers who's technically on the decline right now.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
bet
the
he
tables
loves
have
that now.
turned.
Right.
Yeah.
Tables have turned.
Yeah, but
there
there's
was-
multiple. There's
He's like,
multiple
hey, can I
factors
come back?
There's multiple factors at play. Like I've heard there was something
Yeah.
going on
Yeah,
between him and X's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Heard that
So
too.
it
Yeah.
wasn't just on field stuff. No, not like sexually. Like apparently they hated each other. So like there was multiple things going on there.
We made
Yeah.
the right choice.
We had to do it. It's a shame that the talent would be so awesome, you know, in that backfield. But
Oh my
it
God.
had to be done, man, at the time. You know.
Can I chime in about something?
Maybe we
I'll
could
be
swing
honest.
Trayvon
I'll
Morig or
take-
something in this
I'll
draft.
take Minka Fitzpatrick over Noah Benogany. No offense to Noah.
Oh,
I agree.
absolutely. Talent wise, yeah.
No, it was Austin
Position
Jackson.
wise,
That was the pick, right? 18
we
was
need a
Austin.
safety.
Right?
We were the Texans, yeah. So I'll still take him over Austin Jackson too. Damian, what were you gonna say, bro?
I was gonna say with Greer, like man, for the Deion Jordan pick or for even the Charles Harris pick or whatever the case may be, you got an AVG in there, or you have a
Raekwon Davis.
you have a Christian Wilkins, like all great GMs,
Solid.
Bill
Baker.
Hogan, and all those type of guys.
Tua.
You're going to whiff when you're picking every year. You're picking 7 rounds. You're going to whiff.
Gaskin.
But the greatness
Oh,
of the
yeah.
GM is if he can recognize his mistake and
Yes.
quickly move on.
Yes.
Replace those guys in free agency.
He's the-
Amen.
You know what, Damian? I think Flores plays an impact on that because we were never doing that before Flores came around.
Well,
Yes,
they
he
made a power
does.
shift.
No
They made a total
nonsense.
shift in philosophy.
Shout outs to
Yeah.
Joe Philbin.
that year.
And
Yeah.
you know what?
Yeah,
you know what makes
Guys.
it better?
Finish your thought, Damian.
Chris,
And you know what makes it even better? That just goes to even compliment Greer again because
Yes.
Flo is his guy.
Yeah, I agree.
That is his guy. We all know Stephen Ross is the money guy, but the football guy is Chris Greer. And that was a Greer pick. And he needed a guy who's going to coach his team that he can work with hand in hand and have those conversations with about personnel. About, as Bill Parcells said, buying the groceries and then preparing the groceries. So
Yeah.
that's big, man. I really gotta give Greer his credit. I'm optimistic. Think of it like this, guys. We're going into the draft with the option of getting either a Sewell, a Pitt,
Yes.
or a Waddle. And guys, I just want to say one thing. I hope I'm agreeing with Reason that I hope, man, we move back up within the top 10 because, and I love Bateman. I think Bateman's special. But when we start to get past a couple of those guys and even Marshall and Rondale Moore, I don't want just one of those guys because the draft is deep. We have those type of guys already. I want
Agree.
guys. And we have the opportunity to do it, and we have an aggressive GM that is willing to do it. He showed us that he's willing to do it. And so I'm just all in on it. If we get Sewell, I'm happy. If we get Pitch, I'm happy. But I'm happy with either one of those two guys in my 1A with Waddle. I'm definitely happy because he can blow the top off of defense. I'm all in at the 18, whether it's Najee, whether it's Javonte, or if it's a Quiddy Pay or Ojulari, or God forbid Michael Parsons or Tevin definitely. I'm all in, and Greer's giving us those opportunities. Shout out to Chris Greer and Flo.
So you kind of nailed it on the head because no GM before him, never mind the draft, has in the last 10 to 14 years if you go back to Sperano, no GM has gotten their guy right.
We've never been able to experience.
That's
this
the problem.
Taboo to us. Even with
Oh, that was
guys. I mean,
Nick Saban, though.
Don was a great coach, but Don whiffed a lot in the draft. And
Oh yeah.
Big time.
Oh yeah.
having this opportunity, man, is big, man. It's a
And
blessing.
even Bill Belichick, he whiffed a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Shula's nemesis was defensive ends, man.
Can I give a
Not get
different
defensive end.
give a different take on what's going on with Greer? I think Greer has been there for 20 years, 18 years, and he's been there through the whole thing. And Ross has owned the team since mid-late 2000s, and he's watched the whole thing. If there's one person that knows what goes on behind the scenes, it's Ross.
Yep.
So my
Good point.
opinion, looking at the whole picture with everything said about this, I'm not going to judge him on his GM until he had full control. And I know he had control for 3-4 years before by title, but we all know Tannenbaum was pulling the strings. Okay?
I agree.
Great point,
I
Brian.
agree.
And
Great
and
point,
I even though he might have said Deion Jordan this or Charles this, he may not have said let's trade, and maybe there's this question mark.
That's right.
That's
right. That's right.
I agree,
And maybe he did mention those things, and Tannenbaum said, "What? I don't care. Let's do it." I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that's what happened, but I don't think Ross is an idiot. Sorry, people out there that think Ross is an idiot. I don't think he's an idiot, and I don't think he'd have that man. I don't think he'd have him in a position to do it if he wasn't a good GM. That's just how I see
I
it.
mentioned
Daniel
Daniel
donates $5, and he says, hypothetical, we take Waddle at 6 and Smith falls to 18th due to his size concerns. What do you do? I'm passing.
Yeah, we can't.
We got other needs. We got other needs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seven's on the board or
Too
nine,
much.
man,
Yeah.
or
We got other needs.
Linebacker.
Oh yeah, definitely not two wide receivers.
Linebacker, edge, or tackle.
You need to get a running back. I'm sorry.
Just don't reach.
I don't know if it's that. I think the same reason for what Damien said. If you're in a position, I don't want you to get just another guy at tackle.
No.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Like Jalen Mayfield, I think, I have him so low because I think he's better. I think someone's going to give him a shot at tackle, but I think he should be a guard. Liam Eichenberg, I love Spencer Brown. I have him as my 5th guy, but he still has some stuff to work on. Like, I want, if I'm going to take a guy, I want a sure thing at that position because it matters.
And reason, can I just point this out here too? With all the draft capital that we got, we need to be hitting on the guy.
Yes.
Not on, this draft is deep, so we're deep in this position. So, no, we need to hit on the guy. Top 2 in those positions.
You don't want a repeat of last year.
Exactly, Pyro.
Exactly.
Give me Najee or Javante. If it's going to be Sewell or Jenkins, give me Sewell or Jenkins. If it's going to be Waddle or Pitts, then give me Waddle or Pitts. And I love Smitty and I love Bateman. But I can worry about a Rondale Moore, one of those guys that in the 2nd round. But in this first, 18 and 6, I want one of those guys in that position, in those dire needs that we need. Give me the guy.
It's the same with running back too.
Agree, Reason. Agree, brother.
Do you think?
I like Kenneth Gainwell though. I think we could.
Do you
get him
think
in the 2nd round,
Javante would be there at 32 if we were to trade with Tampa?
I think that's a little too early for him at that point.
Depends.
He'll be there at 50 probably, but
it just scares me in the 2nd round.
Will not be there at 50.
Javante.
I don't think he'll be there at 36.
I don't even think Najee's going in the 1st round.
I don't think he'll be there.
Najee's going to Pittsburgh. I'll bet anyone money.
I think.
I heard.
Anyone wants to bet?
Le'Veon Bell, yes,
anyone wants to bet? Let's go.
He is a Le'Veon Bell guy.
I'll put a fucking stack on that one right now.
It's been, I think an insider said that you can guarantee Steelers is looking at Najee Harris. So
I've been saying this for months, bro.
Backs.
I've been saying this for fucking months.
Guys,
I believed you. I believe you, man.
Guys, there's a 99% chance that Sewell is gonna be there at 6. Let's not get cute.
The problem you have with the running back position too that no one's talking about is the Jets And the
Yes.
Falcons pick before you in the
Yes.
second round too.
That's what scares
The
me. Is
Bills,
the second
too.
round. That's
Oh,
what I'm
the
saying.
Bills are the Bills are taking it back. I've been
Yes.
saying that too.
Yeah, they're taking it
Yes.
back. They even
Yeah,
said
yeah.
it. They even said it themselves. Oh, we're taking it back.
Yeah.
Because if they
And
establish
now
that
with the
run game,
Jaguars, infatuation with pairing Etienne with Lawrence, and they have what 2 picks before you
Yes.
at 25 at
Jets
36.
do too. Reason they got their second first round pick.
Well, that's what I that's what I said. Yeah.
Hey, if I say it on Penny Sewell is like
Well,
what reason?
why
saying,
can't
man, Yeah, go ahead. Well, I was saying.
I was just gonna say, why can't we trade up in the second round from 50 to something else, and then we can get a wide receiver and a back in the second, like right next to each other.
Trade up to 36.
36 to 32, and
Yeah, that's
there you
pretty
go.
high. 36.
Here- this,
Second round.
reason, this is a home run. You get Sewell at 6, Najee at 18, then you move up or you stay at 36 for Creed Humphreys. And I don't care what anyone says. I am loving that O-line, that running game, the protection. We can get enough wide receivers to make it
You
work.
already have Pyro seal of approval,
Marty,
man.
I just posed this one question to you. If we do all those things, take
Yeah.
Nye at 6, which I'm cool with, then take Notch at 18, I can see that. I wouldn't complain. But then you take a Creed Humphreys at 36. So we're gonna go in this season with like the bank on pick 50 and go in this season with Devontae Parker inconsistency being on the field. Preston
I'm
Williams,
telling you right now.
being on the field, and Will Fuller inconsistency with being on the field. Yeah, we put all those guys together with their time. They can make one damn good receiver, but the inconsistency of being on the field, we're still missing that glaring issue. And why?
I'm not done.
They hurt our quarterback last year.
I'm not done.
That doesn't make sense. It don't hurt the quarterback. Sure.
There's one more move. There's one more move because we can create the space if we need to. We get Julio Jones.
Oh, no.
I don't know, man.
Nah.
I'm good.
Too much money.
But he's 32 and he was injured.
Yeah, injuries and age.
I'm
my
not giving
concern.
my young quarterback that. I want my young quarterback to have a dog, just like Jared Allen has up there.
But who? Okay, but
I see
who's the
Dave-
wide receiver
like
dog?
Damien's in
Though
the
that's the
empty
thing.
room.
Other than Pitts, who's
He's
the
just
dog
yelling.
that we're getting for him?
And it,
Yeah, it sounds
waking-
like he's
waking
across the
people
hall.
up, man. Damn.
We're not getting a full unless we get Chase.
I
But
know you
I
is.
don't
I'm
know if
excited too.
Chase. We already have a Chase. Unless it's Pitts, you gotta go Sewell,
Parker,
and then after that, I wouldn't reach.
Yeah.
Whatever.
The thing on
Speaking about
Sewell,
Pitt-
people
I think
are saying
Waddle
about
and Smith
Sewell-
are dogs.
Yeah, people saying
I agree.
about Sewell is like
I love
we get a tackle
Waddle.
elsewhere. I'm like,
Say again, Show.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, some people are criticizing,
No.
like, going Sewell, like, well, you can get a tackle elsewhere, but I'm like, I don't want another Juwan James, you know what I mean? Like a guy that's going to be there, like a stopgap. I want a guy like Penny Sewell who might be the next 10 years. You know what I
Guys,
mean? It's just
Metcalf,
yeah. And
Right.
so,
Metcalf, Brown,
Yeah.
Julio Jones. Those
yeah,
are
I don't want a
dogs. Like
stopgap. I mean, I'm okay with
superior.
having Jenkins, you know what I mean? But if we wait longer than that, I don't want another Juwan James. You know what I mean? He's not worth his second contract.
Yeah, we got to hit on Tevin if we don't get Sewell.
I want to get that thing done, sealed, and delivered, man.
What's going on, Armando? Welcome up.
I think
here,
we
bro.
got him.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah.
Hi,
hey,
Armando.
What's on your mind, Armando?
did you guys, anybody watch that recent Pitts interview? I'm not sure who
Yeah.
Oh,
He
yeah, I was
said
gonna
that the
mention
first
that.
four
There you go.
picks
Yeah.
will be
Yeah, the
quarterbacks.
top are passing on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that? I mean, it kind of gave me hope.
Yeah, I was
to think
going to
about.
mention that.
Yeah.
It's true. It's
If
true.
Fields is on the board, I've been
It's true.
consistent. I've been saying this again for months. If Fields on the board 4, you can lock that in.
I think he was being
Yeah.
pussy. I think he was just. I think he was being. I think he
To
was being
Atlanta
pussy.
or a trade?
To Atlanta.
Boy, that is going to be
Yeah, I
such a
think he'll
hard
go to
choice. That'd be
I would be
such a
nervous
hard
as
choice
Think
for
about
career.
grooming. Think about grooming a guy like Justin Fields behind Matt Ryan. It's
Yeah.
literally what they have in Green Bay, what they've done
Man.
Yeah.
over and over again.
Yeah,
right?
they're locking it down.
He's at home.
And they probably
Yeah.
think, how many times are they going to be that high on the board? You know
That's
what I mean?
exactly the thought process.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Got to do
I'm
it.
telling you right now, if 49ers get Matt Jones, I'm dying.
Yeah, I'm never watching another NFL game.
I don't think they are.
Hey,
bro.
hey, I
I
hope
know
it
that.
happens.
I honestly think it's a smoke screen, but I don't know why they do.
I
Why,
don't think it's
why,
a smoke screen.
I
why
can
they
tell
put
you
a
this.
smoke screen? You're
They don't
number
want
3. I don't know.
Well, no.
Okay,
Hey,
apparently
basically come out
Apparently-
that it's between Lance or Mac. And what,
No,
I told you, what my evaluator told me today, they got tipped off by someone in the NFL that from what that person's telling him, it's going to be Lance. To the point, my evaluator, friend,
Number 3.
put a couple $100. Yeah, put a couple $100 on Lance at 3.
Wow, I love it.
That's
I'm just
interesting.
saying the Niner
Apparently,
fans, the Niner
it's
fans
like
here.
He's a better
They're
prospect,
scared
yeah.
that it's Mac Jones.
I said this on the finish line
No, yeah,
tonight before I came over here. Why would you go out and draft a less athletic, weaker arm version of Jimmy G?
Makes no
It makes
sense.
Bro,
no
and
sense.
the way the media gushes about him, bro.
Bro,
The media
I think the
gushes about,
media is just looking for a controversy to talk about with the quarterback situation.
I
I don't
don't
agree with that at all, bro.
I don't agree with the reason, but the argument would be that the floor is high on Mac.
But
so,
there's no ceiling.
Right, very low ceiling. That's the way I would put it.
Very
But
low
that's the
ceiling.
argument.
I think he's reached his ceiling.
I think they're crazy.
I see people trying to say he's Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
What are you smoking right now? I do not see Kirk Cousins. First of all, Kirk Cousins, and this isn't saying much, Kirk Cousins has a better arm than he does.
Yeah.
And he's more accurate.
I hope
Bro.
they do. I hope they do.
Please let
Kirk
them
Cousins is
teach
really
us.
accurate.
Our draft begins at
So-
3, actually.
That's what. Hey,
Apparently, so Kyle Shanahan's the only one who wants Mac Jones. Apparently, the rest of the scouting department, they want
Where'd that come
they want
from?
Trey Lance. So
It didn't look like it at his pro
I think I was
day.
watching Tobin. I was watching Tobin's show, and that's what he was saying that he had heard from like inside the NFL or whatever it was. But yeah, that's like third-hand information, but that's what I heard.
how the hell does he still want Matt Jones after that pro day?
Well, we just hope that he does.
'Cause he's
You see the
crazy.
you see the look on his face at the
That's
pro
what I'm
day?
trying to see. He's like he witnessed a dang massacre.
Well,
There's no way.
the logic is because they had Cousins in Washington, and he coached Cousins. That there's a similarity with Mac Jones. That's a lot of connections for me.
And how did
but
that
that's the
work out
logic.
with winning? Kirk Cousins
Yeah.
couldn't win shit when they got to the playoffs.
There you go.
Hey, what happened?
Hey, at least he had that. At least he had that. You like that moment.
That was it. That was the
That's
highlight
it.
of his Washington career, bro.
That was it. You like
I know.
that? I said, yeah, I liked it. Well, the one that time.
And my
that's
problem
when
is,
you liked
listen, Jimmy G lost the Super Bowl underthrowing, was it Emmanuel Sanders?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, man.
What do you think of Mac Jones would have done on that same play?
And
Overthrow.
he
He
beat
would-
Kirk
that would've
Cousins
been
in the
intercepted.
playoffs too. That's same
You would have
year.
got the same fucking result, bro.
Or not as
been
good.
intercepted. It probably been intercepted. To tell you the truth.
Hey, him bringing up Tobin though, talking about, I know it means nothing, but Penei Sewell likened to his picture of him working out. I
Yeah.
thought that was cool. He was the only guy, not even Smith or Waddle or any of them liked
see
it, but
how-
Sewell did.
How big Tua's getting, bro?
Yes.
Oh,
hell?
yeah.
Shit, if we
he's
don't
ripped.
get that tackle, he's gonna need to be this big. So
Body armor.
No,
Yeah.
no, you won't.
He's
You
a-
won't pick.
Fuck it, I'll do it myself.
Oh yeah, I do that. Yeah, I do Pyro. I want Pitt
Damien.
to get 7 or get
That's
both.
why I keep telling you, Damien. I say,
Hey,
give
hey.
me that tackle. I want I want to
Tua-
quote Trump. I want a wall, a great,
Da-
big,
And I'm
beautiful
Magic
wall.
can run behind it.
I'm all
Damien.
for that. I'm all
Damien,
for it.
our O-line just got better without even getting an addition. We got better by
I
the
know,
subtraction.
bro.
You understand?
agree.
It's gonna be
Better
less
by
sex,
subtraction.
less pressures, less confusion.
I am
Ereck
all for
Flowers
guys,
is gone, and Ted Karras is gone. Like, there's no way the middle it didn't. We just upgraded our interior.
Guys,
Big
Tua's
time.
getting
Yeah.
stronger, so that way, if anyone
Yeah.
pass rushes, he can just put his hand up and choke
And
the guy. that
Changelian
doesn't tackle
calling
out while he's
plays.
throwing the ball.
The only thing we got to worry
I
about.
want to go off of what Deep Dive said, because I got a report yesterday at 11 in the morning that the 49ers head coach likes the Alabama quarterback at number 3, but might acquiesce to the scouting department's choice of Trey Lance. And then what I'm hearing today is that they're going Trey Lance from people from, again, a guy, one of my most trusted
Money.
evaluators that was tipped off by someone in the NFL circles.
Mhm.
Bro, you know what? I'm telling you, because listen, Shanahan told everyone, we did not go to Justin Fields and we did not go to Trey Lance's pro day
They want to show their hand.
before because they didn't want to show their hand. Then they go to Trey Lance's pro day, Mac Jones and Justin's, and Trey Lance clearly had the most impressive pro day, second pro day out of the three of those guys.
I agree.
I'm telling you, Trey Lance, y'all know how much I love Jordan Love. Trey Lance is this year's Jordan Love. Got all the tools in the world, and you just got to put them together, and you might have the best. And I'll say it, even with Trevor Lawrence in this class, if he puts it all together, he could be better than Trevor Lawrence because he's more athletic.
Can I add on to that?
Hey, and
he's better with the football in terms of efficiency.
No, and I saw his.
I agree with that.
Go ahead, Damien. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I was gonna agree with Reason. He has all the tools, all the arm talent, and he's even more athletic. And also, and all that being said, being a Dolphin fan, I just hope they still draft Mac Jones and Jimmy G gets a high ankle sprain, and they have to put him in for that whole season.
But
wow.
I love my Dolphins. I'm willing to deal with that guilt. And also,
but they were.
I want Panay. I wouldn't. Panay and Pitts are my choices, but I will say this: if you draft Panay and we don't trade back up and get that explosive weapon,
yes,
we're gonna have a wall. But in this time in the league,
I agree.
Especially going up against Kansas City and Buffalo and those guys, or the NFC going up against Tampa Bay, you gotta be able to put up over 30 to win a Super Bowl. You ain't gonna win the Super Bowl just scoring 17 a game and holding team to 14 points.
Well, we don't got Galen no more, so
hallelujah.
But the wall,
you can have a wall.
I think that Terrace Marshall can supplement that, or Kadarius Toney. Like they're very dynamic receivers. Terrace Marshall is a sound route runner, and he's fast. Yet what's up?
Any of those guys been the man on their team?
Yeah,
but to the promised land.
Terrace Marshall
was
the man this year, but
I understand that, but
everyone was
LSU,
shit around him.
Yeah, that is true. And
he was the only highlight on that offense.
And
really.
that ain't saying much.
I agree.
I betted on a lot of LSU games.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine the fan reaction in 49ers if they take Jones? It's going to be like a Ted Ginn moment, dude. But like 100 times more.
Bro, EM, both of EM's brothers.
With the second pick.
Yeah, what do they
brothers? Both of EM brothers are 49er fans. They refuse to believe that it's Mac Jones.
I'm with them. That's just crazy.
This is what I want to see.
Wait. And they are scared.
I just hope
one knock for Trey Lance. This is the only knock.
Jones, man.
This is the only knock for Trey Lance because he hasn't played in so long. Okay, he's gonna need time to get acclimated. It's just natural. Okay, like if you don't play in so long, in a year and a half, right? He has only had one game, and this is a much different league. It could play to our advantage.
He's not gonna start day one.
They have Jimmy
No,
G.
but that's what I'm saying. If there is an
they have
injury, if there's a trade or an injury to Jimmy G, plays to our advantage because he will struggle in the beginning. He will show flashes, but he will struggle. Okay, to get to know the offense is complicated and everything. So that first round pick for next year will play to our advantage. Okay?
Well, he's only played the position itself for like 3 or 4 years,
and he didn't really have no talent.
Snaps.
He didn't really have no talent.
300 throws, attempts.
Bro, the guy had fucking 40 touchdowns and like no interceptions last year. It was crazy.
Yeah, but one thing is those tacklers couldn't tackle. Like I don't know a metaphor, but they're just horrific tacklers.
Like I'll say this. Yeah, I think he's a better He went to the same school, and I think he's a better prospect than Wentz.
Yes, 100%. 100%. He's like Mahomes. He looks like Mahomes.
Well, this is what I want to see.
RD, you know what I saw today? Someone said Trey Lance looks like the actor that would play Patrick Mahomes in the Alex
That's
Smith
so true.
He's going bald.
That is so true.
He's going bald, man.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah, he'll fix his hairdo.
I want to hear
he's going bald.
Yeah,
he looks like he's going bald.
I want to hear this.
Dang.
So I want to hear this in the draft. I want to hear the dun, 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 with the number 2 selection in the NFL draft. The New York Jets select Mac Jones, and that's what I want to hear because that would kill me.
Nah.
No, that's Zach Wilson.
I need to hear that.
I want it to be Mac Jones.
Hey,
but
bro, if they do get Matt Jones,
I could see the Giants. I could see the song for the Giants, and the New York Giants select Chess Surratt, linebacker.
Oh my God,
North Carolina.
That's why I don't think Parsons has fallen to 18 because I think that's where he goes if he's on the board.
I think they're going O-line 1,000%. Whoever is the O-line that's like they'll go very at Tucker if he's there, Rashawn Slater. One of those two, 1,000%. They need to do two birds with one stone, which is get the running game going and get the protection for their stupid quarterback. I think so.
Daniel Jones. Ugh.
But you know what
He's
they're
fast.
gonna
He
say?
can run.
Or they're gonna say we drafted Andrew Thomas in the top 5 pick.
That is insane.
He is the second
And
runner. Though.
If you actually go watch him in the second half of the season, he actually played a lot better.
Do you know what's so
but
funny?
You had Ereck Flowers next to you. That would make anybody
I
terrible.
mean, this is going into his third year.
Yeah, 30. No, Andrew is the second, but yeah, Daniel Jones is third year.
Daniel Jones, yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing we're gonna have to worry about.
You think he's gonna make it?
I'm not a fan. I was not a
No,
fan.
he has a billion fumbles. He throws irrelevant interceptions. He can.
Yeah.
He has no anticipation. He's just he was never right to begin with.
Gettleman's dying on that hill.
Yeah,
But
this is his make it year
Yeah.
right here. This is making a break it for
Their last 4 picks have been all offense.
He needs-
Has
he-
been a tight end, and then they got the running back, then they got the quarterback, and they've overdrafted everybody. They could have gotten later on.
well, not
Whatever.
Saquon. That's
Not
overdraft.
Saquon. Yeah.
No one's gonna draft Saquon in the top 5. They could have dropped back and got more picks. They could have got 3 second rounders for what's his name? I forgot his name.
I mean, you
Or Darnold.
It's
Saquon in the right situation.
It's like Kyle Pitts. It's the same thing as Kyle Pitts. It's like they're the best player in the draft. You know what I mean?
It's Gettleman. He's
that's how it was.
he'll never trade down in a billion years. He thinks he's gonna get fleeced. Meanwhile, he's getting fleeced by himself.
His own
He's
pick.
got his guys playing rock paper scissors, man, to get a competitive edge.
Yeah, like
It's that
this
New York, it's that
between
New
the
York
knee,
hubris, bro.
they're all killing it.
Oh, that's funny as hell.
You know what's crazy? If they would have drafted quarterback, they probably would have left Chicago to take Trubisky. In that draft.
Reasons, a major kudos to you, bro. I was looking at some of the old videos from last year when you first started the channel. Right before the draft of 2020, you posted a mock draft. You had Jedrick Willis drafted, I believe, 12th or 13th, and then at 18 you had Becton. Like that's who you drafted in the simulator. You made a lot of trades to get those picks, right? But those were the 2 guys that you selected with Tua, and then you get you got a key makers later on in the draft too. Shoot.
Yeah,
That
bro.
would have been
Go
insane.
back, watch my big board, bro. I fucking
Yeah, of
nailed that
course.
tackle big board. Yo, bro, my top 2 tackles was worse than number 1 and Jedrick Willis at number 2, bro.
The sad thing is we could have got
Jesus.
riffs in real life because the other 2 were too far the picks. But
Bro, we just didn't want to pay for it. The fucking guys. That's why Tampa moved up 1 because we were trying to trade up for that pick.
Oakland could have easily traded with us. I mean, they got Ruggs. Jesus.
Yo, listen to me. If I would have been the GM last year, based off of my big boards and stuff, we would have. Think about this one. We would have drafted Tua. I would have done the trade up and gotten us Wirfs.
Yeah.
And then think of it. I would have traded back just like they did at 30, and I would have taken Antoine Winfield. I would be a fucking god in Miami right now, bro. All right, and then I would have came back around, and I would have and I would have moved up. We wouldn't have got Raekwon Davis though. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
and I would have moved up. Well, Raekwon was like a top. He was a top 3 guy. I would have moved up and got Jonathan Taylor.
Woo!
Taylor.
Because everyone knows that was my run back. That was my running back.
Wait.
Yeah.
You don't know if Raekwon wasn't gonna drop all the way to the 4th round. There's no telling that he was gonna be selected, right?
I would have taken him with the pick after instead of Brandon Jones, and I like Brandon Jones. But that would have been my Raekwon if he was sitting there for sure.
Yeah,
so we gotta go Sewell now, man. We gotta right the wrong. Forget it. Don't overthink it. Protect. We're gonna make the playoffs. We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Get Sewell.
And that's
Sorry,
about
Damien.
the
Sorry,
Flowers trade, just because it puts Sewell back on the table a little more than we kind of.
Yeah, but you know why RD says that,
away.
right?
Although we have no idea what the Fins are going to do, but
RD says that if we take a lineman, we're going to the playoffs because the last 2 times we did that, we did go to the playoffs. So
We almost made it to the playoffs last year too. If it wasn't for the craziest year of all time, we got so many linemen. We were gonna make the playoffs. It wasn't in the whatever, man. But this year we will. We will, man. We will. Just get the line, get the protection, so Buffalo doesn't laugh in our face anymore with their protection.
The only thing I would make up,
kind of amazing though.
Listen, RD does have a point too. even if you take Najee at 18 after you take Panay at 6, that'll kind of make up for not taking a receiver because you're going to be able to run the ball down people's throats with
Please.
with that
That's what I
offensive
want,
line.
Reason. That's what I want.
And
Look,
Najee's a
Reason.
good
And
receiver
Najee can
too.
catch too. Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
Bro,
Reason.
I'm going for 3 first-rounders this year.
He-
You got all
here-
this fucking capital. Use it.
Yes.
that's
Yes.
Reason.
Thank
Here's
you,
the
Reason.
problem.
Thank you.
Here's the problem with the wide receiver dilemma. The only reason we need a wide receiver because we honestly believe these guys are all gonna die out after 10 games and we will have nothing left.
Yes.
But
yes.
if they actually were to pan out, we would have so many receivers we wouldn't know what to do with them.
That's
So
I'd
it's
rather have
like
that problem.
that wide receiver, like get the running back, get Penei because you're getting premier players that can do the job done. And then the wide receiver, you see, maybe you draft up and you get Rashad Bateman. I'm okay with Bateman.
I have a question.
Bateman's amazing.
Start name. Don't do it. No.
No. Just play devil's advocate. I know about this. Now listen. Number one, I am all for Sewell at 6. That's not the issue. And I don't have a problem with Najee. My thing is moving back up in the first round because, yes, we can run the ball down teams' throat, but it's going to come a time. And it probably will be against Buffalo when it counts. Or in the playoffs against Kansas City, so be it.
Remember, we got Tennessee too now. We got Tennessee.
We're going to have to score 30 against one of these teams when it counts. And that clock control don't work. What are we going to do then? That's my
Well, here's where I'm going. Listen to this. Listen, if you're going to take Panay at 6 and with that 18th you want to take a weapon, why not move up to 9 and get Waddle or Pitts? Then I had the same philosophy with the 36. If I know I want to take a running back with 36, why in the fuck would I sit around on my hands and let the board settle what the running back selection is going to be? Because it might end up being guys that I can just sit and wait on until 50 or 81.
Okay.
So, again, take the same philosophy that you just took with the 18th, take the 36, and jump these teams and move up to 21 with the Indianapolis Colts and go get your guy.
But here's the thing, Reason.
Are you
the only bounce back after that is this, okay? Instead of jumping from 18, stay at 18, get Najee, because you'll get Najee there, right? Which is a major need, perfect fit, all that good stuff. We have Penei. Our O-line is pretty much complete. You have so many picks. You have the plethora of picks that you generated from the trade down, right? From 3 to 6. Use all of that and go to 17. Go Bateman, or maybe Devontae Smith falls to you over there. Like, you have the picks to go to 17. You don't have to go for Waddle. You can go for Bateman or Smith, and then you can get Najee instead of jumping and using a lot of arsenal to get Waddle because
go to 17.
We
can get 17.
I believe if we don't take Pitts, especially if this Patriots Carolina pick happens, if we don't take Pitts, he's going at 10 to Dallas.
Mm-hmm. No, I know. I'm saying we get at 6 Penei. Pitts. If we get Pitts, that's great.
Well, I'm saying take Sewell at 6. Watch the board. If
100%
trade back and Pitts is on the board, ring.
Yes.
And then I go get Pitts, and then I turn around and I start working on maneuvering myself up to jump all these teams that want a running back, and I get Najee or Javonte.
Hey, Reason, but one more thing. What about if it's the opposite? What if we get Pitts at 6 and maybe Sewell falls?
I don't think he'll fall past
Carolina.
No. If Carolina says, "Yo, I'm not trading out," well, both players are could go there. Pitts or Sewell could go at 8 if Carolina doesn't trade out. There's even talk about Dan Campbell liking Sewell.
What about
he's
good at
running. I did it. Listen, if you go by the draft chart, Damien, if you were to package the 18th, the 56th, and the 36th and the 50th, you would total 1,485 points, and the 7th pick is worth 1,500.
And this is now for a quarterback too. So
this makes sense because Detroit is in a position where they don't just need top tier talent; they need depth.
Picks.
They need
everything.
They need a surplus of starters and depth. They're in a total rebuild.
I have them trading back in my mock coming tomorrow.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's a team that I would look to target. Is
for trade.
Yeah. Because that way you stay ahead of Carolina, whatever Carolina
Bro,
does. You stay
you're picking
ahead.
6 and 7. You pick 6 and 7. Shit. And yo, I would try to hold on to that 36 pick. I would give them like the 18th, the 50th, and then like a second and a 5th or whatever. And then now I play with that 36. And I try to package that 36 to move up and get my running back.
Because you know what? If we keep that 36, I would have no problem giving them 81 because we have 6, 7, and 36. That high second that's teetering in the first round talent, man. That can happen. That can happen.
Reason. What does Detroit want? They want picks, right? Give them everything from 2 to 7 next year and get Kyle Pitts. If Kyle Pitts is there,
Artie. You're saying give them every pick from second
This
to
isn't Dicta going to get Ricky Williams.
7?
Next year.
You wait, all of our picks?
Guys, we're not picking next year. You have the whole summer off.
Bro, what?
Next year.
Yeah.
Next year we keep our first. We keep our first. We give them 7 picks.
No, because my whole thing
that's a hard.
I want to use those picks to move up from some of those picks to move up in 36 as well.
Well, wait. You have 18 still, right?
Man,
you have everything here. You just don't have.
You're saying give them everything but 18?
No, I'm saying next year, guys. You gotta listen to me. Next year, 2 to 7 goes away, and you get Pitts. Just next year's draft.
And you have 18 as well.
You have everything this year. We're talking about next year. Next year's picks.
He's saying keep all this draft.
Bro, that's our old draft.
Keep this.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
But
We don't need it.
Hey, the starters get injured, and
who?
Say if a couple starters get injured. This is football. And then, say for instance, contracts run out. We're not able to re-sign a couple of people, and people get injured. Then what we gonna do? To fill that roster out with starters again?
Bro, you fired.
No, we have 70 million in the cap next year, and we have a first-round pick.
You're fired. You're fired.
I'm doing it in a heartbeat.
Kick you out.
I'll give them 7 picks. It's what, a second, 2/3, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth. Who cares?
Bro,
just give them. It's a bad draft.
You are going to have Ross with a heart attack. What was he thinking?
Everyone has a Pedro moment. Everyone has a Pedro
and
moment.
then whoever we drafted that.
No, that's something else right now. That is something else. That's
Imagine
that
Penei Sewell, Najee Harris, Kyle Pitts, and then we get all of our defensive guys in the second round this year and third round, right?
God.
Like we have all the depth we need.
Did you just get mad? Tell me the truth.
No, bro. Even
all I know is that
I would do it in a heartbeat.
All I know is we
do that.
And then we get next year a top 10 pick. We get a top 10 pick from San Francisco.
You're making me drink, Artie.
All I know is we traded Ereck Flowers, so we're getting Mac Jones at 6.
Hey,
that would erase a lot of goodwill for Greer, man. You know what I mean?
Man,
he's the guy that gets the better on those trades.
He does that trade. Everyone's thinking about Kyle Pitts. Everyone's loving him because Kyle Pitts is there for 5 years. No one's going to doubt
If that
it.
happens, RD, I want you to give me the Powerball number. I need you to give me those numbers. If that happens, my
No, bro. If that happens,
RD's gonna have his own show after that.
No, bro. If that happens, if that happens, I need to talk with Griff. I was like, what the hell happened? You finessing everybody. Now this, what the hell happened, Griff? That coconut rum.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Hey, all I know is we need to trade up to number 4 with the Atlanta Falcons and draft Justin Fields because he's way more talented than Tua Tagovailoa.
We got Florio going here. Florio, Skip Bayless.
Skip Bayless, man. He's like Tua will never ever. Tua will never.
Yeah.
The way he says it, and this guy has been wrong how many times in his life? Like he thought Johnny Manziel was the next coming
that was the
of
best.
Johnny Unitas, and it's unreal.
You saw Shannon. He did. He said everything except skip.
Yeah,
because he pushed back on the whole thing. He said, "Yo,
he did.
Tua can get you to the playoffs. Just solidify the line and get him some weapons. Like why would you?
RG3. They don't watch all. When's the last time you watched all 22?
He was wrong about RG3.
22?
He was wrong around Manziel. He's been wrong so much. LeBron.
Hey, but
Yeah.
Now he's
Hey,
over
but I gotta
now
give
LeBron's biggest.
Hey, but I
fan.
gotta give credit to Chris Sims though with his recent mock draft. At least he got it right. He got his drafting Devontae Smith at 6 and Kwity Paye at 18. So gotta give him some credit.
No, he don't get no credit.
Who was up?
No, I
who else
know,
was on
but
the board at 6? It's curious.
Chris Sims has Duami Brown as his third wide receiver, bro.
Yeah, I had questions.
Bro, he didn't have J.C. Horn in his top 5 corners.
Exactly.
Wow.
Jesus.
Wasn't
At least
Najee's
he got
fourth
something right
running
about
back?
us, so.
Najee was his fourth running back. He said he's not fast.
Yeah,
he's
that
just
was I was
super
trying to
slow.
think. He had Najee way down. Yeah, I think
He had a
super
fifth rounder as
slow.
his second
He's living off
as
his
his
daddy's
second running
name.
back.
Yeah.
Stick
Really
to quarterbacks, Chris.
6'2",
my
4'4", is slow. What the?
Blows my mind.
Well,
I can't believe the shit they say.
They get people like us to talk about him, and that's what they're doing. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
shock jock. Click.
So here's the thing with Chris Sims. He was right about 2 picks, okay? Metcalf, and he was really high on Lamar Jackson. And suddenly, this man is an expert at it. Well, guess what? Lamar Jackson has won 1 playoff game, and it was a very ugly one that he has won, okay? Let's see what happens to him down the line when the O-line gets crumbled every year.
Well, he'll take credit
And there
for
is
Tua
tape.
and Herbert, by the way.
And
Yeah,
so-
exactly.
That fool ain't taking credit for nothing.
We'll see next year with Herbert and Tua.
Hey, but who do you? But let me ask you guys something. So because the news changes every day. What do you guys have at 6 now?
For us?
Yeah.
Who do we think we're going to take? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think that's the question.
I just want to hear Pyro's opinion.
If it's Trey Lance at number 3, if it's Trey Lance at number 3, they're gonna probably go Pitts because no one wants to go to number 4 for Mac Jones, and for some reason Justin Fields is dropping, which I don't understand why, as far as the talent and how he's been scouted up to the stupid pro days.
Got to be Pitts or Panay if they're on.
Yeah, I'm still Team Sewell Pitts, and if they're gone by any reason, I'm still
Waddle.
open to a trade back or Waddle.
I'd like to hear Damien's opinion.
Okay. Well, either Pitts or Sewell, and definitely need to trade back up with that 18th pick. Either or. If we get Sewell, let's trade back up. Even if we get Pitts, I don't want to play around with Jenkins or with the running back position, so we need to trade back up in that draft in the first round multiple times. That's my whole thing. We can't go wrong at 6. We say do something stupid, which I don't think we will.
Knock on wood. Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
No Deion Jordans.
Yeah, I think we're good.
I'm still knocking on this wood.
The best move is just take Sewell and trade back up at 9. I just don't see why you wouldn't.
Start with Sewell,
You could possibly get the top 2 guys that aren't quarterbacks. Why would you not? And then your contingency plan is a guy like Waddle. It just makes too much sense to me.
Yep. I agree. I mean, recent with the Dolphins' recent move with trading Flowers and even signing DJ Fluker, which, let's be honest, is going to be mostly a swing tackle. And of course with the trade with Isaiah Wilson, I think we're deadlocked. I think in my opinion, I think in my opinion we're deadlocked at Sewell at number 6, but I could be wrong.
I got a question.
It'll change. It'll change.
I got a question.
Yeah.
So if let's say for instance, all right, we take Sewell at 6, which I don't have a damn problem with. That's not my issue. But
We all love
I'm
it.
worried about Waddle being there at 9 because let's just say for instance, Carolina stays put. They're gonna probably take Pitts. And then Detroit gonna take Waddle. I can see them taking Waddle over.
Yeah.
I don't think Waddle gonna be there. Or Pitts, at least they trade out. I just don't think Waddle gonna be there. I think Detroit is taking Waddle. Indoor track too, where you get to really put that speed out on display.
Yep.
I just don't think. I think Waddle's gone at 7. If we don't take Waddle at 6, I think he's gone at 7. And I
But
could
I
be
think they're
wrong.
gonna
Yeah.
trade down
I'll
though.
say
I
I'm
think
wrong.
they will trade down
I hope
100%.
they
I
need
think
to trade down
Detroit.
with us.
Either Panthers or Lions. One of those two are trading.
They need to trade
Yeah.
with us. We need to be that team at 7.
Yeah, but whether it be
Command
Water,
picks.
yeah, whether it be Water or Smith, I think those guys, whether any of those guys, I don't think they're gonna make it past the Eagles at number 12. So
Well,
if those guys,
Detroit.
any of those, if any of
Detroit
those
is
guys are available, I'd trade up with either Carolina or Denver. At number 9 or something.
But just because you trade up to 9, though, doesn't mean you're necessarily going to get a receiver. I mean, you could also get Michael Parsons.
And I
That's
wouldn't
all
say
they
that.
call it. Any chance that
yeah.
Parsons,
You're right.
Parsons go to Detroit? Any chance?
That's the smart pick for them because they have. I mean, they need offense and defense. So I mean,
But I think, but George, what's the owner? Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones said that, regarding Kyle Pitts, that it's something of sugar plums or something to that effect. But he said that if Kyle Pitts is not if he's not available, that they're gonna go after the best defensive player. And I'm like, could they go after a Michael Parsons? I know they need help at corner. To put a
They might go TC
starting
Moore,
corner
eh?
opposite Jenkins.
Yeah.
But
I
hey,
think
who
it's
knows,
all
man?
it's all
I mean,
defense unless it's Pitts for Dallas.
we just lost
Michael
Sean
Parsons
Lee,
could make
who's
sense
over
to
there anyway.
Dallas.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think there was an interview today. I'm not sure if it was today with Jerry.
And Sean Lee retired too.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's never
Yeah.
And
he's
he
always
said,
hurt anyway.
Yeah, it was always hurt.
Yeah.
Good guy though.
He said
Yeah,
that
good player when healthy.
well,
Penn State
that
too.
you, that you
Lord,
don't-
let Armando speak, guys.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. Yeah, well, Jerry Jones said that that you won't necessarily. I think he said something like, "We're not stupid" or something. We're not going to draft something that we want over our needs. So he basically said he wanted to draft a defensive player, whether that be Surtain or Michael Parsons. But he said something interesting though. It kind of made me think. He said we could do something unconventional. And I'm like, what the heck does he mean by that?
What does that mean?
Jerry being Jerry.
Trade Xavier Howard.
He's going to draft a
for a 1 and
quarterback.
2.
That's unconventional.
Yeah. Well, to Jerry Jones, that's wide open, man. Yeah, that's a big statement.
Yeah.
It could
That wouldn't be a bad
anything.
idea.
It could be
I don't
anything
believe
with
him.
Jerry Jones, man.
I wish the
Yeah.
draft was
You never
tomorrow.
know.
That I can't do another 24 hours. This is
You'll make it.
It's cool that it's finally here, though, man. Savoring it,
Hey,
finally.
any of you guys live in Miami, around the Miami area?
Oh, Canada.
Bunch of Dolphin fans, none of us live
Oh,
there.
because I'm
What do
going
you
to the
need?
draft party. I'm probably going to go to the draft party on Thursday in Hard Rock. So
Oh, it's gonna be lit.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
yeah,
Speaking of Hard Rock,
You can go
speaking
hang
of
out.
speaking of
Yeah.
Hard Rock, they're gonna host the fight between Logan Paul,
oh yeah,
Logan Paul and Mayweather.
June 5th, I think.
Yeah, June
Oh,
6th, something June.
Another fixed fight. Nice.
Yeah, dude, it's insane. I don't even watch. Like
Exhibition.
after Pacquiao and
It's-
Mayweather, I'm like, I stopped. It's all great.
it's just going to keep Mayweather undefeated. That's all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's an exhibition. That's not a
Isn't he like 30
Mm.
pounds heavier or something?
I
You
don't
want to know
know.
what the purse is for Mayweather?
Probably
Mm-hmm.
probably got like 85% of the pay-per-view buy rate. And
Yeah,
I'm
I'm sure.
Just another money grab. That's all.
money grab. That's all
Maybe
it is.
Tua should take on Logan Paul. Huh? How about that?
Hey, Tua,
Yeah.
you gotta knock him out. Wait,
The left hook of God.
Yeah.
Yo,
Tua's looking.
the Samoan, like,
Sniper.
damn.
Man, this is big Thursday, guys. And
I feel bad for San Francisco. They get Mac Jones.
I would feel happy being a Dolphin fan, RD. You gotta be
Yeah,
happy.
I
Of
live in this
course.
area. They are frightened.
Of course, of course.
Then if we if
It's
that
awesome.
does
I
happen,
love it.
Then your scenario, okay, we'll have a top 3 pick. Then okay, I understand what you're talking about. Then giving up the whole draft next year.
Dude, then we're really gonna love Nick Sabian.
Yeah,
We're
you can
really
mortgage
gonna love
the
Nick
top 3
Saban.
picks
And you
and
saw
pay the extra first.
Shanahan's press conference.
We can see the movie. We can see the documentary of the rise and fall of Mike Shanahan.
Oh man. Well, what do you say? Like, I can't promise anyone's going to be alive come Sunday.
Yeah.
Who our quarterback's
Yeah.
going to be. It's Like,
Yeah.
dude, he just shut those guys down.
I can't promise
nuts.
anyone's going to be alive by Sunday.
Yeah,
He knows something, eh? He has
Just tell
inside
me that he's not
information.
talking. He's just
Real quick,
not
you
talking
guys
about it,
seen
man. He's just telling them.
you saw the Rams hyping up their war room?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Like it looks like a vacation place.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the thing is,
Because they don't have any picks. They don't
the
have any
funny
picks.
thing
It's
is,
so easy.
that's what I'm saying. Like you don't have no picks in the first round. Why the hell are you showing me that bullshit?
Because you can rent it for $1,400 a week.
What's that draft board
It's a
look
nice
like?
place, though. I was like, dang, man.
Their
that
draft board.
was
Our
funny.
90th favorite player is.
Yeah, so they're just gonna be up there just drinking booze and stuff. Just
Dylan
anything
Moses.
Yeah, really.
They're just gonna be drinking like, oh, Dolphins got a good pick.
They're gonna do mocks like they had draft picks.
Hey, what would you guys
Yeah,
do if
they're gonna be
Dolphins
doing
get?
mock drafts.
Hey, what would you guys do if the Dolphins select Rashawn Slater at number 6?
Oh, God. You know what's funny? I was thinking about that. Because he does
You should remove him for asking that.
Don't say that like
Yeah,
that.
ban
I got my
him,
head in
ban
the
him.
microwave right here.
Damn.
Oh my God.
Hey, but seriously, who do you think the 10 people are going to be in the draft room? We know the obvious ones, but who else? Owner, GM, head coach, the 2 other GMs. Head
Well, we
scout.
know
Offensive coordinators.
we know
Kent
Ross's
Allen.
Ross's wife is not going to be there.
No.
She's gone.
She's no longer in the picture.
Wow, man, that's some dark stuff that you just.
What did I say her prenup was? Reason $300 million or something?
Yeah, she's broke.
She's doing all right.
She went from a billionaire to broke.
And Sharif was trying to paint the picture that he wouldn't let her be the sugar mama because she looks exactly like, who did I say she looked like?
Oh God,
the chick from Cobra Kai.
Oh yeah, Elizabeth Shue.
Yeah, she looks exactly like
Shue.
Elizabeth Shue.
Yeah.
Basically, she's smashable.
Very.
Well put.
I'm not in
Imagine
it for love. I'm not in it for love, and I'll give you 300 million reasons why.
Yeah. Like Lyra, if she pays me just to do the deed, easy money for me.
The Palm Beach player.
There you go.
All right, let's go back to the draft now.
I'm gonna wrap it up because I'm gonna be coming back tomorrow night, and we're already at like 2 hours and almost 10 minutes. So let's go through some final thoughts. Rhino, let's get yours because I'll be opening it up tomorrow after I do my mock draft.
Oh, okay. It's just 2 days, guys. Less than that. It's like 45 hours, whatever it is. See you tomorrow, Reason, and fins up, baby.
Irving, your final thoughts, buddy.
Pitsua 6. It's gonna be 24 hours of torture, but can't wait till the draft on Thursday. Hopefully, I get to celebrate with some fellow Dolphin fans over there at Hard Rock. Hopefully,
I know
get
Big
here
E.
roar from-
I know Big E and them will be there.
Yeah, I think Batman too is gonna be there as well. So I could probably run into some of those guys.
And Cap.
Well, yeah,
Pedro.
man.
Tell Pedro hi for me.
Oh God.
Oh.
But nah, man. I mean, I'm just looking forward to the draft, and hopefully, it's a good one, man.
Local murder
it's
happens
positive.
at Hard Rock Stadium as Dolphin fan meets local YouTube troll.
Oh man.
Show, let's get your final thoughts, buddy.
Again, man, I love the content, love the community, guys, and I'm still Team Sewell, Team Pitts. If we do Pitts, I hope we come back to a right tackle quick. I love the mock you did with the Pitts and the Jenkins. I'm not going to be upset, even if we end up with Chase, guys. As long as Pitts and Sewell's off the board, I'm not going to be mad. Not going to be, my ideal situation, but I won't be mad. I like Waddle. Anyways, it's going to be interesting, man. Fins up. Can't wait.
Damien, let's get your final thoughts, buddy.
First of all, great show, Reese. Great show, man. Shout out to everybody who participated. We can't mess up at 6, so I'm cool.
People keep saying that, and I feel like,
yeah,
we can't.
They might be jinxing us.
Drop moment.
That's why I keep telling Damien to knock on the wood.
Yeah.
He doesn't do
Grant
it.
has
So
done all this right so far. There's no way he's gonna screw
Like I said, Damon, I don't care. Knock on the wood.
We select a guy, and then there's a bong video. Like,
There you go.
Jesus.
Anyways, continue. Sorry, Damien.
Oh no, it's all good. So I'm not gonna say what can happen at 6. We're gonna get the guy at 6. I'm gonna leave it at that. Let's just be aggressive.
Yeah, the damage is done.
And accumulate even more first round top tier talent. Fins up, fins up, fins up.
RD, your final thoughts, buddy.
We get Penne. All right. He's gonna bring in the batter, the Tua. I'm gonna get him some great Canadian maple syrup. All right. They're gonna be making a lot of pancakes down South Beach every single week. All right. So they're gonna keep that boy sitting up straight. All right. He's gonna be safe. We're gonna have a good running game. Just go with the safe pick. We have a need. Get that guy, and then let's see the rest of the board. Fins up.
Pyro, your final thoughts, buddy.
Well, as you know, everybody know I'm obviously team so well, but I wouldn't be mad getting Pitts because I'm a Gators fan. I would love to have him in a Miami Dolphins uniform, but I just feel like the wall is more important. Like the quote Trump, build a wall. It got to be a beautiful wall.
Beautiful wall.
And it'll keep out all the defenders.
We'll have a gate. We'll have a gate.
A beautiful gate. No carrots. No carrots.
Sorry.
The Great Wall of South Beach.
The Great Wall of South Beach. I agree with that. But I just say get Najee. We need a running back. Mix it up. Sorry. I'm so sorry, Damian, but I just gotta get that running back in there.
I know.
But anyways, man, fins up.
And he better be good. I don't want Najee to be like, I'm going to, no. You're going to have to get 30 touchdowns a season, just like college.
Al Bundy, 5 touchdowns in one game. I need that.
Armando, let's get your final thoughts, buddy.
Yeah, I guess I'm just glad the draft is finally here. I mean, it's felt like Groundhog Day every day, listening to the same things about over and over.
Yeah,
true. Yeah,
it kind of gets tiring after a while. But I'm glad we'll have some new things to talk about. So,
yeah, thank God for the Flowers trade today, right, guys?
Oh Lord,
amen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. So I'll be back tomorrow night, probably a little bit earlier, probably at 8:30 Eastern. And I'll go over my mock draft 2.0, and then I will open it up to you guys, and we might even run some live mocks on the show. We'll see how it goes. But all right, guys, stay happy, healthy, safe, and blessed. Fins up all day, every day, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
Fins up, baby.